I'm not gonna put it in a bottle and breastfeed it to you. Breastfeed it. 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 Breastfeed it.
Yes! Yes! Oh la 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 la! Oh la 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 la! Oh la 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 la! Ow! 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 Congratulations. Congratulations. Humping Steven Crowder.
Oh yeah, it turns me on. You know it, girl.
Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Your shoulders. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your shoulders. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Try to relax your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Try to relax your anus.
Move wilder.
Your anus.
Move wilder.
Try to
Move wilder.
relax your anus. Your anus. Your anus. Try to relax your anus.
Right up my ass, baby. I love
Your
it.
shoulders. Your anus. Try to
Yeah.
relax your anus.
Yeah.
Your anus. Try to relax your anus.
Yeah.
Your anus.
Yeah.
Your anus.
Yeah.
Your anus. Your shoulders.
Yeah.
Your anus. Your
Yeah.
shoulders. Your anus. Your shoulders. Your anus. Your shoulders.
Right up my ass, baby. I love it.
Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Your shoulders. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your shoulders. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Try to relax your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Your shoulders. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your shoulders. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Your anus. Your anus. Your shoulders. Your anus. Your shoulders. Your anus. Your shoulders. Your anus. Your shoulders.
Breasts. Breasts.
Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Your shoulders. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Your anus.
Cucumbers. Cucumbers.
And now I'm gonna masturbate. And now I'm gonna masturbate. And now I'm gonna masturbate.
Wow.
Yo, I'm an asshole. I'm waiting for like 200 people to show up. That's the number I usually start the stream at. Oh, here they are. But then I realized it's fucking noon on a Sunday. This is not normal business hours for me. These fucking birds. You're not even looking at me right now, are you? I didn't change the scene. But now I've changed the scene. I got coffee on my table, not in a tumbler because I live dangerously. So breaking bird news, we're upgrading the top camera to the same camera that I stream from and record videos from right here. I meant to do that earlier, but obviously some major life situations have happened. So that lens should be showing up this week. Or actually, they even said today. That was so weird. I ordered the lens for the other GH5 on Amazon today, and they said it would show up today. I'll believe that when I see it. I know that's a thing with Amazon, but it never happens by me. It's been offered before, and it's like, yeah, let me hold my breath and clench my ass cheeks together, waiting in excitement. Fuck you, and fuck you for existing. I'm really stoned right now. Pass it on. Thank you. But, prank calls, like everything has been put pause. That's actually something I could start though. That doesn't require anything. I gotta still think. I'm probably just gonna upgrade to a shotgun mic here. If I try to put a mic stand back here, the reality of it is maybe I'll talk. Maybe my dad could figure something out. I have a feeling he's gonna even say though, like you're gonna have to replace the desk. I rather just get a really high-end shotgun mic that sounds like I have a mic in front of me. Especially because I'm going to be doing more reviews now anyway, you know? So, a fart mic. That's actually a good idea. We've talked about that before. There's super chats, because I'm a Superman. Kung Fu my fucking ass. Taking 4 of these, it's different. It's different. Elden shoulders. Imagine there was a way you could mod Elden Ring where you use nothing but your shoulders as a weapon. You get to get smithing stones for your shoulders. Ancient Dragon smithing stone shoulders. What would be the Ashes of War for that? I think that's what it is with the left trigger. I don't know. I'm just an old man who, by luck, got through the game in a lot of YouTube videos and help from my audience. Maybe you could say I suck at the game, and that's okay. What's up, Spicy Sicilian? Yes, I am hyped for the DLC. Dude, I just play through the fucking game. Like, I could just keep playing through it over and over and over again. I can't get sick of it. Because you could approach it so many. I'm not just talking like what class you start as. You could just get so many different weapons and approach the game in so many different ways. And even if you beat the game, there's a chance there's a boss you never got to, an area you never went to. So there's just so much you could do. You know what I mean? But now you need to get that Kung Fu my fucking ass. I have that. I'm going to get the third. That's another thing, too. Like, I'm behind on a lot of shit. And that's the way it's going to remain for a while. Question for the Magic 8 Ball. Will Philip Brunel have diarrhea of the mouth on today's podcast? Really? Kind of wasted your money on that one. That's it. Alright, translate. Will Phil not shut the fuck up on today's podcast? Apps. I can't. Let me see if I. Absolutely. Even the fucking cheap 8 Ball. All right, that was worth the money. That was worth the money. Trippy Savage. Sons, is that like a survival? Yeah, I almost pulled the trigger on that. I almost did. I just, you know, and then I tried that Wo Long, and I almost feel insulted when a game is like, hey, you should look at that treasure chest. Oh, no shit. Really? A treasure chest in a video game? You don't even have to have that shit highlighted. And, hey, I should check out the fucking treasure chest. I need whoever the fuck it is behind me to tell me to go look at the treasure chest? No, I don't. What the fuck is wrong with you? Jesus. Rich, I'm gonna quit weed. Well, life situations made that thing that no. Yes, we'll watch that too. UBRPGs. Thank you for the reminder. That was on my list. Like, I just don't... And look, I needed a lot of help. JDTV, I see you say, Mr. Super Chat. I'm sorry. Sent you a DM with a Phil parody song. Please watch Possibly. The reason why I'm going to watch UBRPG, S's request, is because I watched it before. A horse walks into a bar. The bartender says, "Hey!" The horse replies, "You read my mind." So the horse is, so you're saying the horse is like, oh, I'm a hungry fucking horse. I'm going to walk into this bar. There better be hay in this bar. Then what did the horse do? Throw down if there wasn't hay? Just start kicking over bar stools? It's like, where's my fucking hay? I'm starving. You told me there's hay here. There's no hay here. What the fuck? First stream I participated in since I heard the ICU news. Hope your daughter is doing... Yeah, she's definitely on the mend. She is. It's just a bizarre situation again. I still haven't computed all of it, you know. We're going to finish that video. It's actually right up on my screen. Thank you, Thinking Fox. By the way, I did tell you guys, for those of you that I did go to the doctor for this fucking cold. Which, it sucks I have it because that's why I can't be around my daughter. I mean, I have my sons with me too. I have to take care of them. They're with their grandparents right now. But, yeah, I went to they're like, yep, you have a cold. Deal with it. You're coughing? Yes. Are you producing any mucus? No. Fever? Nope. Don't take a Zyrtec. Don't know what to tell you. Thanks for the copay. Actually, my doctor's cool as hell. I'm just saying, like, you know, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, well, maybe I do have a sinus infection or something. Maybe I should just go for the hell of it. But I'm like, I bet you I don't. And I was right. I am launching logs out of my hole as I type this. Yeah, I did that twice today, man. Nah, my doctor's cool. My doctor's cool. It is what it is. I have a cold. I'm not going to lie and say, oh yeah, I'm hawking up stuff. You know, because I don't agree with, especially now, I don't agree with taking, and I was this way before what happened to my daughter, unless you desperately need an antibiotic. You don't want a super bug to come around that no antibiotic will treat. Because if you thought COVID was bad, we'll be in for a world of shit. Get a bacterial infection that has the that is as contagious as COVID. It's a super bug that no antibiotic works against. Will work against it. That'll be like an extinction level event. So, I know there's something where there's something called microphages, which they're looking into, but if something comes around before that technology or science is perfected, or at least advanced, what do you do against a super bug that no antibiotic can kill? I know, Justin, and it's going to get fixed. Just, yeah, a lot of people don't realize that, man. Or maybe I could get some software that neutralizes that sound in the audio. I'll look into that tomorrow. I'm going to improve. That's probably the route I'm going to go, is I'm going to get a better shotgun mic. I mean, you can get shotgun mics that sound like I have an SM7B right in front of my face, because, like I was saying before, the reality is to get a mic stand that will fit here again, I'm probably going to have to get a new desk. I ain't got time for that shit right now or for the foreseeable future for obvious reasons. So a better shotgun mic would just kind of solve both problems. You know, especially since I'm doing more reviews anyway. Like the new super gonorrhea that's immune to... I heard about that. Yeah. Yeah. Like, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, all we need is that one super bug. You know, is that, like, very contagious? Can it be spread through, well, super gonorrhea? So it has, I'm sure it has to be spread sexually. Axiom Infinity, thank you for gifting a membership. What's up, Sean McCarthy? I'm itching my balls right now because they itch. Just got out of the shower and for some reason my balls itch. Why did I tell you that? But it doesn't matter, you didn't see anything. But, yeah. Antibiotics, as much as they help us, they could be our demise, too. Imagine, let's think of a worst-case scenario with the antibiotic-resistant superbug. You get this bacterial infection that is basically the bacterial equivalent to Ebola when it comes to symptoms and survival rate, which means you have a 70% chance or 90% chance of dying if you get Ebola. And there's no antibiotic that works against it, and someone can sneeze next to you and you can catch that shit. It's not out of the question, man. You know? It's not out of the question. Ah, it's hella moist. Thank you, Axiom Infinity. Am I anti-medication? Me? Not at all. Not at all. But I'm just saying, if you've noticed, even doctors are reluctant, unless it's absolutely necessary to give out an antibiotic. They'd rather just have your immune system fight it, because that'll be, if we just hand out antibiotics like candy, the pathogens that we're trying to kill with the antibiotics become immune to it. They mutate, and eventually there'll be a super bug that just is immune to the antibiotics and medicines that we have. You know, that's why, if you've noticed, Neil, if you've gone to your doctor, they used to hand out antibiotics super quick, man. Be like, yeah, I have an itch on my left calf. Yeah, here's a 30-day thing of penicillin. Why am I now coughing so much? I'm going to have to probably go take that fucking Zyrtec. Ugh. You know. Yeah, and yeah, we have. So they used to hand out antibiotics like it was nothing. Was before I had my coughing fit. That was my point. Even doctors don't do that anymore. So that's not being like they're more cautious now because the less they distribute antibiotics for everything, the less of a chance, or at least we push it off further into the future, the less of a chance, or at least further down the line, we'll have to deal with a superbug that won't give a fuck about any antibiotics. We'll be digging into the dirt again like we were for tuberculosis. I think it was tuberculosis. Yeah, you had scientists digging through the ground trying to find an antibiotic. You know? I just went down some real weird, dark, deep shit, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna Zerk-Tech it up in a minute. Yeah, I went deep, man. Deep in the hole. But yeah, they used to, if you read it, I think it was tuberculosis, because tuberculosis is bacteria-based. And yeah, scientists were digging through the dirt looking for something that would antibiotic for it. We'll be doing that again with one of these superbugs. I know they said like macrophages, which are actually bigger than viruses and bigger than bacteria, eat the bacteria. They're looking into that in case it happens. So, when the N64 from DK Oldies, soon. I don't have a sore throat though. That's the thing. That's the weirdest. It's like, I'm not coughing anything up. I don't have a sore throat. It's just like I feel like an itch. You know? I've been just sitting here talking for a while, huh? Yeah, I didn't have a sore. My throat's not sore at all. Yeah, I'll go gargle some sperm, actually, Jeffrey. Thank you. That's a good idea. Yeah, but this is the most bizarre cold. It's not COVID. I had the COVID test at my doctor's office, so because there's been some people, maybe you should have COVID again, Rich, which that's not out of the question. But no, it's when we took the test, it's not COVID. It's just a weird motherfucking cold. And then my cough will go away, then my ear will hurt again. Then my ear will go away, then my ass will hurt again. Probably from Dr. Sexy Coco. Did I miss 2 of your super chats? Eldon Shoulders. No, I didn't miss them. Ah, this one. Rich, my penis is hard. What should I do? Have someone use it as a diving board. For those wondering, I am Rich's doctorization, man. You feel me? Yeah, okay, so yes, you're right. I did miss it. Yeah, well, I wanted to make up for yesterday. Well, it was funny. My son came upstairs saying that I pooped, could you wipe me? I'm like, Matthew, he generally wipes himself, but once in a while. I'm like, your grandmother is right here. Go wipe in there. She'll help you if you need help. But it wasn't him. It was my younger son, Michael. So, good thing I stopped streaming. I didn't know this. I thought he needed to help wiping. It was my other son, and he's like, Daddy, I've been sitting on the toilet for an hour, and now I have a rash on my butt. And I'm like, didn't Matthew tell you? I'm like, no, he said he had to poop. So good thing I went down there. I had to wipe my son. Oh. We all thought that it was Matthew because he went to his grandmother, who was right over here in the other room. We're like, oh, okay, all right, you're good. Your butt is wiped. It's clean. Crisis averted. It was my other son sitting on the toilet waiting. Oh, man. Yeah, he delivered totally to multiple people. My older son delivered the wrong information. Yes, a sweet taste of ass. I don't have that, but I do have.
Before I get angry.
Which is that's Pat the NES punk. It's similar. Why don't we have asteroid drills? God, I never know, man. We are not surveying the skies as much as we should be. That's for shit sure. You got motherfuckers just like throwing balloons with satellites over our fucking airspace. You think we're catching anything? You think other shit that's out there we're catching? Get lost. Did you miss the Elden Ring expansion? No, I did not miss it. I'm actually very excited for it. Can you wipe me, please? I had a nasty upper... What the fuck is an upper decker? What is an upper decker? You have to explain that to me. What is an upper decker? No, it's coffee. Motherfuckers think... It does. I get why you think it would be lean. You have the 2 cups. 7-Up. What do they fucking put codeine in it? God damn. That shit makes you into a zombie. Jordan Peterson's giant
Breasts.
I've been sick too. Worse. Like, but I don't feel horrible. And see, how long was I talking for that I wasn't coughing? Now I'm coughing again. And it's a dry cough, too. It's fucking annoying. Press the soundboard with your palm.
Oh, yeah, turns me on.
Congratulations. 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 Congratulations.
Try to relax your anus.
Congratulations. 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 Congratulations.
I'm never blowing bubbles ever again.
Breasts. Congratulations. 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 Congratulations.
You take the bubbles and shut them up your fucking ass. How about that?
I just touched your breast, bird. Stop!
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Yes, you own this sound, motherfucker. It's time to react to Phil. This concept of reacting to other people's content was 7 years in the making. It's being executive produced by Steven Spielberg. Oh my god, this guy, man. Oh, Phil.
That's how it all started. And literally since then, it's just become such a viral meme on YouTube that Phil is a person, a lol cow who is to be hurt at every moment, and no one ever has to feel bad about it because we have basically said so many negative things about him. Some of them have to eventually be true, and therefore we're justified in the level of harassment that he's received over the years, and he doesn't deserve any kind of positivity, any kind of success, hell, any even kind of...
I don't even know one of your biggest haters that are saying that, Phil. Like, people that despise you, which I don't hate you at all. This is the thing. You twist... Like, I've seen it with words that I've said to you, and you've, like... In his mind's eye, he repeated them back, and it was totally... He hears things in such a negative light. He's a very insecure man. With the dude on the bike fucking his ear. Bum. He's fucking Phil's ear. Stick it in his rear. The penis of the year. Bum. I don't... What am I doing? Let's just go.
Safety. Destroy all that. He should be literally tortured for the rest of his life for the horrible.
Who is saying that, Phil? Who is saying... Of course, dude, there's people that say that about me. That's like 2, though. Most people, even your detractors, find you comical. They don't want to destroy you. Are there psychopaths? Of course. I know you've been swatted. I've been swatted. Those people are the scum of the fucking earth. But most people are just fascinated by you, Phil. No one wishes this on you. Dude, if you blew up tomorrow and started making like $100,000 a day, I will be the first to applaud you, bro. I have no ill will towards you. But that's the thing. You think anyone who puts you to task about things is attacking you. And we're not. We're not attacking you. I know I should just have a tape recorder and just repeat the same shit. Repeat myself. You're a bird on my table. Go fuck yourself and you shouldn't be here. USA.
Horrible things that he's done. That's this mentality on the internet that there is. And, you know, it's painful, man. I just want to do my thing. I just want to have fun with an audience, a small audience. I don't have a big audience. I'm not some giant YouTuber.
So don't talk about it. Dude, there's videos made about me on a fairly regular basis. People send them to me. You know what I do? I don't talk about them. 99% of the time, I'll say. I won't even put the 0.9, because I know I've had my moments. I just ignore it. You don't. I mean, you're not at like Tommy Tellerico levels. He's like, he Googled his name every 30 fucking seconds, and if there was a 7-year-old talking about him, he would go on his show with 2 subscribers and talk about Atari 2600 porn games. Oh, God.
I just want to do something with my guys here and my gals and not have to worry about people getting harassed, about all this stuff. It's like, I just want to be on a podcast. Now, here comes the harassment brigade, like within moments of dropping the name, right? So...
That's just how it is, though, with Phil. If I went on a podcast, it would be the same fucking thing. If I was, whatever, PKA, doesn't matter how big, how small, you'd have every fucking person that hates me, whether it be fucking quartering or Bob61754 asking questions about me. It's just how it is, dude. And especially with you putting like your life woes so much on the table all the time. The only person I would say who does it more than you is Boogie. But Boogie doesn't beg nearly as much as you. You put your personal stuff out there is my point, though, and then you complain when people talk about it. What do you expect? You can't be like, guys, my taxes. Hey, Phil, how's your tax situation? Don't talk about my tax situation. But, Phil, you just fucking talk about your tax situation. Why can't I talk about it? Like, you can't have it where people are like, yes, Phil, we feel bad for you, Phil. Here, click this here. We sent you money, Phil. People are going to put you to task about the things you're asking about or you're putting out there. If I did the same thing, people would do that with me. You can't have your fucking... I'm not even saying it as a joke. It's a perfect metaphor. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't use your financial woes to guilt people into giving you money that people ask you, like, okay, so where does the money go? Because you're saying that you need to put the money out there because you're making it people's business and then say it's none of their business. You can't do that. It's not how it works. And that's the thing. That's the shit I'll say to you, Phil. And that's why you would never come on my show. Because, oh, let's just keep it about video games. Dude, I could talk about fucking video games. I don't need you to talk about video games with. You know what I mean? I could have my editor. I would rather... he has more intelligent takes than you do. Sometimes you have very good takes, Phil. I'm not going to shit on you with all of your takes, but... Like, what are we going to talk about, Phil? I know I sound like I'm just, like, taking It's a Gundam script, but we think the same way when it comes to Phil. What are we going to have you on the show to talk about, Phil? People want to talk about a person or see a person on a podcast for the things that they're known for. I'm known for my beef with Tickle Television. What am I going to go on a podcast if, like, PKA asked me on? I'm not trying to insinuate. I'm just, the first thing I'm thinking of, I'm stoned. And I'm like, you can't ask about Tickle Television. How does that make sense? That's the things I'm known for. They're not going to be like, gee, hey, Rich, how do you feel about Unreal Engine 5? Who the fuck cares? Like, Jesus, man. Gotta clean my glasses. Yeah. So that's the thing, Phil. No one's like, you're going to be on for the things that you're infamous for. You know what I'm saying? You're not just going to be on for, like, what? Then you're just a random face then. People want to talk about the things they're interested in hearing about. That, because you put it out there, you beg, you put out your financial woes, that's what you're known for. That's what people are going to want to talk about because you put it out there. It's that simple. So, does Phil, eternal darkness above the sky, does Phil feel lucky? It's Kasky Men. I gotta get new glasses. A little afternoon delight from Daddy Rich. Little afternoon delight. It sounds like a weird dessert that you get at like an up and coming restaurant that's like overpriced and not really good. Have I even started the video yet? I haven't even thought about that. She's on the mend, you know? She's on the mend. I'm just very lucky I made the choices that we did in terms of getting her medical care as quick as possible. Not waiting for a phone call back. Not like assuming it was the flu or anything, thank God. You know, I was like, something's not right. I'm not waiting for a phone call back. So, it was scary, man. You know. This shit helps. Helps you stay sane. You know. Anyway. So I'm behind on a lot of stuff though. Yeah. Kind of picked a bad time to say I was quitting weed, huh? Right, heterosexual rebirth. Yeah. It was the worst experience of my life in spades. Nothing even compares. Nothing even compares. It's not even, there's nothing even in the same league. Yeah, it was shitty for a long time, man. It was shitty for a long time. Man, these things get you out of your mind, boy. What did I just do? Oh, here it is. We're still there. I just hit another button. No, not really. It's not really affecting me negatively. I didn't like that becoming psychologically dependent on it. I am. I'll admit it. 100%. It's definitely helping in a situation like this. That is for fucking shit sure. Glad to hear your daughter is recovering. Thank you very much, dude. I've been watching since 2012, and you provided me with many laughs. My best wishes to your family. Thank you so much. Holy shit. I hear numbers like that. Do you realize that's 11 years ago? I mean, duh, math, but... Oh, Phil absolutely needs weed. Especially if he really... If he was truly an alcoholic. I'm not even saying that to be mean. It's definitely a much better substitute. Oh, he could 100% use weed. The problem is, though, is that Phil's dumbassery would instantly come out, and he would say, like, something stupid or racist. Yes, of course. Yeah, we've already talked about that. He could officially make a video, like a perfect example, if I'm out and about doing something with my kids, or just running errands, or I'm not home for whatever reason, and some major news story drops that Jay Leno buttfucked Bill Gates on Jeffrey Epstein's island, and they had video proof. Oh dear God. That is a sight. Point being, let me not go that fucking off the rails yet, is that Jay could upload a video. He doesn't need me. Like, he could definitely stand on his own. My audience enjoys his content, so we could cover things like that, because that has happened way more than people I think realize. Like, I'll just be out and I can't cover a story, you know. So hell yeah. Or if they're like, he was actually gonna get PSVR to review, and I'm like, nah, dude. No one's going to be interested in that. Don't spend the money on that. I don't know if he got it for personal now. Maybe because he wants VR porn. If so, God bless. I don't know. But my point being is, like, if some crazy-ass story drops, which has happened enough, more than I think people realize, you could just drop the video. You know. No pressure, though. Dude, yeah, dag. Like, Mr. Beast begs, like, no. Mr. Beast doesn't say, if I don't get some tip money, I need tip money to go for groceries the next day. Tell me when Mr. Beast has ever said that. Man in the corner. Tell me one fucking time. Please. Yeah, I wouldn't be getting it though. It would be Jay's review. So Bill Gates, Gabe Newell, butt sex. Oh God. Yeah, that was such a, like, it just. You could have opinions, like, from a topical standpoint, and that's fine. But he was, like, on a podium, like, with, like, a tirade kind of mindset when you don't know the story. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be that strong and opinionated on a topic you don't know fuck all about. Like, those are awful, awful takes. Oh, man. Awful, awful takes.
Oh, here's the thing, all right? As long as there is buy-in, that these guys are going to make sure that there is no kind of risk. And what I mean by that is no doxing, right? No discussion of stuff that has absolutely positively nothing to do with me. Because this is the problem, is these people have gone so far down the rabbit hole of information to try to harass people, not only just me directly, but family members and other people on the periphery that have nothing to do. Do you know what I'm saying? So,
Phil, you're on Windows 8.1. If you were that worried about security, you would upgrade your operating system. If you don't say you don't know how to do it, you're on YouTube. There are a billion different videos that can show you. Stop saying that you're so worried about you. If you were that worried about your fucking security, you would update to at least Windows 10. I'm existing. Google Fish's search history. What is that? Yeah, Brahma Noodles, Elden Ring's a game I could just keep playing and get, because there's just so much to fucking do, and like, you're guaranteed to have missed plenty, you know? Bill Gates butt sex with Gabe Newell. That would be a sight that no one would want to see. Yeah, so he's so worried about security, Union Jack. Yeah, there's hundreds of known exploits for Windows 8.1. But he won't upgrade his update his operating system so it's more secure. Get lost with that, Phil. It's probably the whole goddamn reason you got doxxed to begin with, which I don't condone. But you try to make it that you're so worried about security, but you won't do basic things to maintain your security. Can I say, oh, Philly, the way you say, oh, Billy? Oh, Philly! Like that. Would you rather have a Bloodborne... Why not both? Double dip. Make a sequel to Bloodborne and get and whet people's appetites with a remaster of Bloodborne.
So you know what's going to happen is I'm going to go on the show, and immediately the view count's going to skyrocket 5 times with my detractors, and they're going to come in, they're going to be doing disgusting memes about myself and my wife. They're going to be posting up personal information. They're going to be doing every nasty, disgusting possible thing. I mean, just to give you an example of it. It's already happened, and Craig doesn't even know, so I hope he's going to hear this and he'll kind of understand.
So all Craig has to do is disable the chat. If people want to ask questions, they could go through like StreamLabs and he could filter them that way and you won't see him on the screen. Problem solved. Why is this such a big deal?
This morning on the podcast, he brought up someone who is a regular of these streams, who is a regular victim of harassment from my detractors. This person has literally never done a thing wrong on my streams. They are one of the nicest people that comes to my content all the time, all right? But my detractors hate this person because he talks a lot, and he likes to get my attention, and he likes to have conversation with me because my streams are So they go and they harass this person online. All right, I'll say his name's Derek. Everyone knows his name is Derek, right? Now, they basically harass this guy, and they go into all his social media shit and everything. That's no one's business. Just because you're an attendee of a stream doesn't mean someone should harass this guy. This guy is not a whale, because Craig had the misconception this guy's a whale. He doesn't contribute. He's just a viewer. He doesn't contribute financially at all. He just sits here and talks nicely with me every day, right? If you didn't pry into his personal life, you would never know anything negative about the guy. But these people are sick. So they go into his social media accounts, they look at this stuff, and they harass him. So what did they do? They went on the Side Scrollers podcast, and they said...
Which, yes, Phil, I agree, is wrong. But you know why they're so egregious with this? Because you feed into all this. I don't know. I would. Man, that is a creepy thumbnail screen to stop on. It looks like he's possessed by a fucking demon. I wouldn't talk about it because now that's ammunition, because you're paying attention to the people that are harassing the other people. All right, let's get back to Demon Philip Burnell.
Oh, you got to ask Phil about Derek because he's a whale of Phil's, and he has this and that going on in his personal life. I was like, wait, what? That's not even true. Like, that's blatant misinformation. Already, it's begun. I mean, we're 2 days out from being announced that I'm on the show, and already Craig and crew have been bombarded with complete misinformation about me, about how I operate, about my viewers. What a shock, right? Because here's the thing.
Phil, but the thing is, First off, Craig is going to look into it. He's not just going to, you know, go by a single fucking video, dude. I'm sure Craig is going to corroborate a lot of the stuff he's getting. And a lot of this stuff, like, he always goes, oh, it's people taking me out of context. Phil, they're literally just like taking a 30-minute clip of you. What are they taking out of context, dude?
Who has the vested interest in this appearance? The detractors do. Right? My fans. Dude, oh, it's nice that Phil's going to appear on the show. Yeah, we'll watch it. This will be cool. But they already have a place to be with me every day, my own content, right? So it's not the fans that are going to be jumping on. It's going to be the detractors that are going to go, oh, this is our opportunity to sink our hooks into someone else who hasn't heard about all the crap about DSP and to let them believe it. Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it because it really is. It's a cultish mentality. It's this weird cult-like mentality of hate. And it started 10 years ago with this is how you don't play, and it just continued. It's wave after wave. There's always another reason. When one thing passes, the next thing comes up to continue the system of harassment that's happened to me for now over a decade. And it has to stop at some point, but at this point, I don't see how it ever will, because when you're in a system that...
When you're doing things like this, Phil, it will never stop. You pontificating about this whole goddamn thing is the exact reason why the trolls do what they do. But, you know, I would be better off explaining that to a brick. I'm better off whispering to this non-existent thing that's painted like a bird. You would understand it more than Phil would. You want them to stop, Phil? Don't do this. And they will stop. It'll slow down significantly, at least. It's borderline stopped with me. You know.
Promotes it. YouTube promotes it. YouTube promotes harassment. There is no way to protect yourself against it besides being rich and suing people directly for defamation or slander. And I'm not rich, so I can't do that.
God, he's like the male version of Anita Sarkeesian. He really is.
I can't sue the hundreds to thousands of people who have said these horrible things about me over the years. So I just ignore it. And I like I said, I sit in my lane, I make my own content, and I ignore it. So what happens?
But you are right now not in your lane, like you always are. Like, you're literally not in your lane. You are going on the Taconic where it says the wrong way. You're going in the opposite direction of traffic right now. 100 miles an hour on the Taconic, Phil. What the fuck are you doing? You are not in your own lane. You are on the opposite lane, going in the opposing direction of traffic, and cars are swaying, trying not to hit you. I saw Phil's LinkedIn profile, and it's his fat face, really. What did someone make a troll? Oh, man. Jared Fogel's overpriced game store. Oh, God. That's actually really funny. Do I hear my son screaming? Possibly, because there's a lot still here with Mr. Brunel, Honcho Jack, and Cheddar. And beef. I said beef. You're a bird and you have no beef.
Thrives, it propagates, it festers, it becomes worse and worse, right? But what can I do? If I address it, you're giving attention to it, it just gets worse. If you
which you're doing right now, that is exactly what you're doing right now, Phil.
Ignore it, it festers, it just gets worse. There's no solution to it. So this is not fair that in 2023, years removed.
Do I not know that I somewhat feed trolls on Twitter when I quote tweet them and then some of them block me? Yes, I do take joy in that, but should I do that? No, and that's on me. I know that's me. That's my own fault. If I'm firing off shots, I'm not going to blame someone else for pulling the trigger. You absolutely do that all the time.
from some of the horrendous things that I've openly admitted I did a decade ago.
Phil got caught robbing a bank. He'd run out. Cops would question him and be like, it was Tevin. It wasn't my fault.
You know, that I get this kind of harassment, and now I just want to do something fun. I can't do it. Phil's not allowed to have fun. Fun on the internet for Phil? No, screw him. We gotta ruin it. So that's what they have.
Phil should relax his shoulders. Yeah, he really should.
You know, effectively, that's what they've done. They've turned it to that. It should have been a fun podcast appearance, and turned it into, well, now this has to be an interrogation of Phil, because, you know, God...
No, Phil, this is your persona. This is what you're known for. That's what people want to know about. They don't want to just... That would never... I know I talked about this earlier in the stream today. I'm not that... Well, I kind of am that stone, but I do remember talking about it. Phil, no one wants, like, hey, Rich, how's the weather today? No, they're going to want to know about all the drama and all the crazy shit and all the insane shit that's happened on here. It's what you're defined by. Just how it is. You were defined by beating off on May 1st, 2016. You wanted to give out signed game boxes with no games in them. Oh, God. It's all Tevin's fault.
Forbid that anyone actually just judge something at face value, have him on as a guest, as opposed to, you know, now...
What does that mean? Even when guests go on, like, fucking The View, they get grilled, dude. Like, what? That's what happens. That's an interview. It's not shooting the shit with Phil. That's another great still, by the way. Rich is a manly man. Hope all is well with you. I am okay. How are you, man? What prompted the early stream? It's just a better time to stream. Like, I got to get my kids to school early in the morning. So I'd rather maybe do a longer stint of streaming now than stream a shorter time later where I'll be up later. The nice thing by getting to school early though, is because there's actually news tomorrow. I get the news done, rest a little bit, pick them up, and have some energy to stream tomorrow night. DSB, Rich is slandering me, saying I'm a male feminist by saying, need it. Phil, he's Phil Sarkeesian.
Now we must have 400 questions of horrible accusations addressed before we even get to anything fun. You know? I don't know. So, here's the thing. I said to Craig...
So, Phil, have fun with the slander like I did. Embrace the... Like, dude, it's never going to go away. Did you see his email to Craig where he wants to join the side-scrollers panel? Like, why would Craig want that? He barely even knows you, hence the interview. And... Dude, what did he thinks, like, you're still gonna be a lol cow, Phil. I don't know why you won't embrace it. I don't know. I mean, I'm a self-respecting person. But have fun. But what would be the difference instead of doing Keemstar's podcast? Even if you dislike Keemstar, who the fuck cares, man? A check is a check, okay? Just have fun with the show. Or doing Craig's. Do you think you're going to hide from the questions there? You're going to get the same questions in Craig's podcast because they have the super chats in the chat there that you would get in the Lolcow podcast. But you're so insecure that you, oh my God, they're going to have that name attached to me. Who cares? Have fun. Make jokes. Why are my dogs like at war with each other downstairs? Why does Phil look like he's trying to grab my breasts right now?
Breasts.
If you can guarantee me the safety of me and my family and everyone around...
The safety of me and my family. He should fucking... Is ADT still a thing? His mouth looks like a butthole with a beard around it. He should be an ADT spokesperson. Me and my family. Motherfucker, he can have a goldfish and not even a wife. Me and my family.
Around meaning, no doxing, you know, no leaking of any personal information, no allowing people to post nasty, ridiculous things.
Phil, disable the chat. Have people, if they want to ask questions, go through StreamLabs. He doesn't have to show the StreamLabs on screen. He can have it on a separate screen that no one can see, and Craig could filter the questions that way. It's really simple. You're underthinking this. You are Philip underthinking Burnell. As always. Literally, by definition, Phil does not have a family. Now, I don't care about if he wants to call his cat and his wife his family. Whatever. I don't take it personal. But what he does, though, is, you know, I need you to support. He used to literally say this. Oh no, what are my kids doing? Hold on. It's World War Children. Here's relaxing music. fuck? Hold on. I'm gonna go get some more coffee. And I'll be back. Who is Jason? Who is Jason?
Breasts. 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 Breasts.
Your shoulders.
There was another train derailment in Ohio. What the fuck is going on? So yeah, like, what would DSP, like what I said before I walked out and discipline my children, is you would deal with the same shit on side scrollers, Phil, that you would if you were on the Lolcow podcast, but you would have made more money on the Lolcow podcast, so why wouldn't you do it? Because you would have been called a Lolcow? Fuck cares, man. Who's the, like, Tom Segura, what are the name of his shows? One of them is like two hairy bears fuck each other in the ass. Like, it's jokes, Phil. Like, stop taking yourself so seriously, you disgruntled French waiter. Oh, God. Chat's happy in the pants now that you're back. Make sure you get enough sleep or your kid's going to pull through. I have been getting sleep. Also, can you be a mod? Yes, you can. Phil is a man on the internet. Phil is a man. Yeah, 2 bears, 1 cave. Like, who cares, dude? Just, it doesn't mean you're demeaning yourself, Phil. God, it must be exhausting to take yourself so seriously. Well, Phil uses the term my family because what sounds better if you're looking for donations? If you beg like Phil. Support me and my cat and my wife, or support my family. And so I'm like, Phil, why are you saying your family, Phil? You have no kids. You have no kids. And you look up the definition. He literally, factually, by definition, does not have a family. Oh my God. Like, so he's doing it because he's trying to guilt people into giving him money, is my point.
About this, you know what I'm saying? Then I would definitely say I'm in line with it. And by the way, here's the other thing, because this is what the idiot detractor said. Phil would never go on a show and just let anyone ask him anything. Absolutely not.
You absolutely wouldn't. It has been proven with video evidence by me, It's a Gundam, many other people, time and time again. You are tougher to interview than any celebrity or high-ranking public official that I have ever met, Phil. I could get an interview with Christ himself before I could get an interview with you. You are notoriously known for over a decade now to be an interview dodger. You duck and weave interviews like you were a fucking oddly misshapen goatee Neo from the Matrix. Whoa, not that interview. Whoa, 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 my titties. No interviews. So don't make it like you don't dodge questions. That's all you do is dodge questions. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up on it, man. Blacksaw. Rich, I am so proud of you as a man. Thank you. And I'm proud of you as a person who's been a member for 15 months. Not even cam girls ask for tips this much. Dude, it's true. He's like those broads on Twitch. $5 a month. He literally is, though. Like, it's not even a stretch. It's not even being sexist. He's exactly like them. He's exactly like them. Oh, you can't see the video. Oh, well, all you missed is he kind of looks like Luigi. Doesn't he look? He'd be a perfect Luigi, man. He'd be a perfect Luigi. Yo, if he dressed up like Luigi from Super Mario Brothers, he'd be perfect.
Why? Why wouldn't I? What's the point of having someone talk to you if you're going to limit the conversation, right?
Dude, you are... Oh my god. But this is the same guy who made fun of other people for React content being lazy. Then had a big announcement that he said was months of planning in the making, that he was making a React channel. And did not see the hypocrisy in that. Just right over his fucking head. Oh my god. Okay, that was from before. I thought I needed to come down again. Please, I'm like, please, no. Boys, be good. Be good for your grandparents and your uncle. I'll be Mario. I'm the fatter dude. I'll be Mario. Come on, Phil. We'll be the remake, Phil. I rubbed and rubbed and rubbed, but my penis is still hard.
When I went on the quartering, all right, his show, people made all this shit up about, oh, Phil told the quartering he can't ask this, he can't ask this, he can't ask this. Oh, by the way, the quartering paid Phil to be on the show. Wrong, 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 and wrong.
You're a liar. It's a Gundam is friends with the quartering, and yeah, you had a list of off-limit things, which the griftering would have no problem with because he was just hoping having you on there was going to be cha-ching, and it kind of sort of wasn't. The interview was a flop for him. Yes, you absolutely did. Hey, Rich, just want to say I love watching your streams, especially when I'm working, listening in the background. Some of my coworkers laugh at your antics. Tell them I said thank you. I know comedy is subjective, and some people find me funny, and some people find me obnoxious. I can understand both sides, so I appreciate it.
None of that was true, but they just believed it anyway. And it's actually become, they think it's fact that that interview was staged, it wasn't real, and he paid me to be on the show. It's all lies. But they think it's...
No, I don't think he paid you. 100% I believe you he didn't pay you, Phil. I just believe you had a no-no list. And what the quartering saw as a benefit was you were on there when people looked up interview of Phil, because I'm sure people want to see you interviewed because you're fucking nuts. They find that. It was algorithm fodder. But I'm sure you weren't paid. I believe you 100%.
It's true, because they're stupid. They talk themselves into believing things that aren't true.
Afternoon Delight is the worst song about get laid. You're about to get laid to that song, or is it about the song about getting laid?
And then that's their truth that they then post all over the internet and benefit from. Clickbait views, money, ad revenue, contributions to propagate the hate. Right now, this very podcast is being rebroadcast by likely a dozen different people, all talking junk over it with their own viewers, where my content gives them content. And look at my content. Is it toxic? And this is what I will say too. I'm gonna stop talking about this in a second, but I gotta get this off my chest. And again, I hope the
Gotta get it off my chest. There's a second part to this that I think is the same length. Well, we're just gonna barrel right through this. Oh God. He got paid in brown coffee. Could you imagine? He started wearing like shirts and stuff for him. But yeah, like, no, I believe that he didn't get all bullshit aside. I don't think Phil got paid for it. I'm sure of that. I believe that. But do I believe that Phil said this? You can't talk about this. You can't talk about my taxes. You can't talk about any of that. Of course, I know 100% that Phil would do that. How do you have kids if you're I don't know.
creating this group, the side scrollers, people are watching it. If you want to know the truth about me and my content, watch some of it. And I don't mean watch the detractor montage, watch this guy who only critiques the negative things or whatever. And it doesn't have to be a long segment. Watch me play a game for, a live stream that I'm doing of a game for an hour. Whether it's I would recommend a late night chill stream, only because the late night streams that I do are more relaxed. I have a lot more interaction.
What do you do? He is acting like the quarter, right? He's doing an advertisement
with my smaller audience. On the late streams, the daytime streams typically end up being a lot more focused on the game, especially because I play a lot more Elite.
I have tuned in, Phil. I have tuned in. Your biggest detractor channel is DSP Gaming. I've seen you bitch at your audience and look half asleep on streams. That's not made up. That's not fantasy. That's not taken out of context. What are you gonna say? Your biggest detractor is you? Which it is. I hope your daughter is okay, love. Thank you very much, Duke Nukem. I feel bad for Phil's wife because he makes her work while he stays at home and plays games. Look, dude does stream a lot. I give him credit. It does take energy to stream. It's a very easy job. Don't get me wrong, and I'm not going to try to downplay that. But he also makes it like it's the other extreme, like he's mining for coal on a daily basis. Like he's a construction worker building skyscrapers. Like he's a cop working third shift in the Bronx. It's like, come on, Phil. You wake up, scratch your nuts, and go into a room with fucking 8-bit art behind you. Living that tough life.
On the earlier streams, but I would say the late night streams are the best ones. And I'm not saying you have to sit here and watch it for 2-3 straight hours. Sit down for 20 minutes and just watch how the stream goes, watch the interactions, and then judging on that, make some judgments for yourself. And if you feel that...
Hulk Hogan's giant taint has a question. What does it mean if you find a horse shoe? Some poor horse is walking around in his socks and has a big cock.
And I'm a terrible person. I'm a terrible gamer. I'm a scammer.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, dude. Do you guilt your audience to give you money? Yes, you do. And some of the shit they found... Let me ask how are Beavis and Butthead? Yes, I'm referring to my boys. There's just a lot of people that find you fun, Phil. You're some reality show on A&E. Yeah, like what are we watching here? What is Snort Hogan really editing here, Phil? He put his "Let me tell you something, brother" intro. And then we're just watching a giant unedited clip from you. Is this a deep fake, Phil? Like I always say that. Like I don't understand how you could say, but I guess just plausible deniability. I guess is if he doesn't admit to it ever, I guess you could say it's hearsay. Somehow. We're living in the post-truth era anyway, so fuck it. Yeah, dude, he acts like he's on a SWAT team in a really bad area. Phil works for a SWAT team.
I'm a loser, I'm this, I'm that, whatever it is. Go right ahead and make that judgment. It's your right to have your own subjective take on whatever. The problem is there's no objectivity on the internet about me. It's literally all...
That is a lie. I have defended you against shit. I'm not looking just for a witch hunt against you. I never have been, Phil. But I also call it as it is. Which has not made me a lot of friends in this business, because there's a lot of people... Phil is just publicly very insecure and narcissistic. There's many people, probably some creators that you know and love, that are even more insecure and narcissistic as Phil. They just have this self-awareness to not show it on camera. Phil's too stupid to do that. Look, I get it. Everyone has a level of narcissism to be doing this shit, to think that we're worthy to be sitting down and entertaining people. I get it. But he's on another level, man. And there's other people, like I said, that just know not to show it, but are worse than Phil. I'm sure Jay would have no problem naming like 8. He's already named people. That I'll hang with you in here and pour maple syrup and birds and more birds and... Oh man, I love birds. I really do.
Take the selective moments that make him look bad, turn that into what we say about him, push that out as a dramatic narrative, profit. And this has been for 10 years that I've had to put up with this in my life. I've seen my whole personal life get turned upside down because of it. You know, things fall apart, friendships, relationships. I can't even network with people. I can't even do co-streams with other people. I can't have co-op partners. I've tried and people have gotten harassed because of it. You know what I mean? Like, it's really to a situation where I can't even do normal things.
Yeah, that used to happen to me. You know what I did? The biggest weapon against it is not referring to it. You talking about it right now, like, yep, yes, he's paying attention. Yes, bothering so-and-so is working. Shut the fuck up about it, Phil. I'm telling you, dude. It took me a long time to learn, too. But the biggest weapon you have is to say nothing. I'm gonna fart in your face later, you understand me? Rich, I'm gonna mail you a chicken, a real one. It'll arrive on Tuesday. Please don't. Fuck am I... Imagine you actually mailed me a bird. Fuck am I gonna do with it? I was letting the thing go outside and just fucking... peck corn off of someone's lawn. I think there's actually literally like a farm right down my road. I would probably bring it there. Fuck. What we doing on May 1st? I don't know. I'll probably do something on Twitch. We'll celebrate May 1st for Phil. Phil, we're gonna celebrate May 1st for you. No, I sped it up because we'd be here for 6 months. Phil is like the owner of a diner that guilts their regulars for more tips. You would have to shut down at that point. You couldn't run a real, like... Again, It's a Gundam said this too. Phil just hasn't... Everyone's like, look, Phil's still going strong. No, Phil just refuses to leave. He's like the act on stage everyone wants off. They're like trying to pull him with the hook, and like Phil's breaking the hook and just going back on stage, and everyone's booing. But he refused. He's like getting Rotten Tomatoes thrown at him. He's just wiping him off, and he's still tap dancing. Phil's like, I'm not leaving this stage. I don't know what else to do. I can't go back to the helicopter business. Donald Trump will butt-fuck my ass and leave spray tan on it. And that would be tremendous. Like, that's why Phil's still here. He's still here because unless he violates something, don't get shut his YouTube channel. It's not like if Susan was still around, she's like, oh, Phil, you just... No one wants to watch you anymore. You're too fucking boring. Who's at my door? Who is at my door? Amazon. Guilt me, Dad, for more tip. Uh-oh. Foilgrim is about to lose his mind in 3, 2... I told my brother, we're gonna do, because I may start having him on streams if he wants to be on streams, and we're gonna get a burrito cam. Maybe I could get like a sponsorship with Ring or something like that. Because of like the Ring doorbell, I'll have like an extra screen cap up of when he gets his burrito. You guys know the story, most of you. Like, I thought I was getting swatted because it looked like a cop car. I thought the cop was telling my brother to come down the driveway, which kind of freaked me out. And then all of a sudden, I see my brother walking back with a bag. I'm like, that was a strange interaction with law enforcement. I was like, what the fuck happened? He's like, oh, I got a burrito from DoorDash. Give me a fucking heart attack. I'm thinking fucking SWAT team's about to come in here, and you're getting a power burrito, whatever the hell it was, with the white queso.
People say, why don't you have good patron goals? I can't even do patron goals. If I do them, people threatened to get my Patreon shut down. You know what I mean? Like, it's all this stuff. It's like,
yeah, Phil, that's happened to me too. But again, you're talking about it making it worse. I'm sure when we start up a product line, which, yes, is going to happen eventually, probably, I would say May, realistically, people are going to bitch at the company. Like, it's just what it is, Phil. There's always, it doesn't matter if you... I know people who had haters when they had, like, 50 subs, dude. Human nature is terrible. But stop making it like you're a snowflake with this. And on top of it, a lot of your problems would go away if you shut the fuck up about them. Someone's making chicken soup downstairs. I smell it. Are you the next bird I'm going to feast on? I get real fucking weird when I'm stoned. Why doesn't porn? Wasn't there a troll for Phil that used to have the boom, 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 boom? Oh my god!
this is the...
Isn't like the CEO of Pornhub like super like anonymous and sketchy and shit?
It's crazy what it's come into. So if I'm going to show up on the show, I do need to buy that that everything's going to be safe. Not that I go on the show and this is the shooting gallery for my haters to come and they're going to be posting every disgusting, toxic, personal...
Phil, he already said that
thing in the chat that has nothing to do with anything of relevance, just to hurt us. You know what I'm saying? That has to not be...
I'm telling you, this is him building his excuse to walk away from it. Maybe he'll surprise us and do it, but Craig, this is he's building the bridge that he could moonwalk across away from your interview. If he feels that he may get grilled for something that he doesn't feel comfortable answering, even though he's the architect of his own demise and brought up the topic publicly. I am still comfortably betting, if I was a betting man, that he is going to bail on your interview.
Be allowed.
Yeah, he's going to fucking dress up like Michael. I'd answer these questions, motherfucker. Oh my.
Okay, that's number one. All right, and number two, you know, I hate the fact that it's going to have to be an interrogation of me. I would rather have it be, let's talk about me for an hour, ask me whatever you want, I'll answer to the best of my ability.
I know, repeating myself, Phil, it's always going to be the stuff that people are interested in, Phil. People are interested in your, I'm going to sound like a boomer, your tomfoolery, you know? Like, They don't care about your non-existent gameplay skills. So they want to know about how you felt after you beat off live on streams. How many years ago now? 6 years ago. This May 1st, it'll be 6 years, over a half a decade since he whipped out his dick and stroked it. And he swayed back and forth on the X and Y axis to make sure his erect, what is it, Z axis was instead. There, he wanted to make sure he didn't see mushroom tip. That was why he was swaying back. He was probably trying to pull up his pants too, but he was also making sure he didn't see his dick. It'll be 2016. Yeah, it'll be. No, you guys are right, man. I suck dick at math. 7 fucking years, dude. Seven fucking years. Holy shit. Time flies when you're jerking off, huh? His face says, pretty much.
No, I'm not going to reveal legal records, financial records. I'm not going to open up my account and put myself to public exposure, because that's exactly the reason my detractors want me.
I'll do a co-op stream with Phil and deal with people bothering me about it. Well, yeah, dude, he was hoping to get a big platform like Critical. He was hoping the Quartering, who even at the time still had a much bigger platform than Phil. He's looking for an advertisement. He's not looking for... He's not looking for a real fucking interview. You can't do it. It's not... Stop looking to be interviewed then, Phil. Because these are the questions that are going to be asked. Obvious shit is obvious. Hey, Rich, I just want to verify if this is Phil's address. Of course I'm not going to show that on screen, Phil, and I'm going to ban the person. Like I just said, obvious shit is obvious. But am I going to ask you about the shit you talk about right there, you wearing your Mortal Kombat shirt? Yes. Of course I am. Phil, I think you gotta... You're 41, dude. Anyway, do you think Phil snorts during... I don't know. Honestly, I really don't want to picture Phil fucking. Please say Das Blumen Yippin in a German accent. Dude, I have a sore throat. Let's see if I can try. Das Blumen Yippin! Now, thank you, sexy Coco Muckme. We'll talk for the rest of the stream.
To go on a show. They want me to say, Phil, open up everything possible. Because here's the thing, because they either win or they win. Here's why they want that. Reason number one, if I open up all my financials, and I open up my phone, and I open up my accounts, and I show you, maybe there's evidence, something there, that something they've said, all the horrendous things they've said about me, maybe one of them was true, and if they even get that 1 out of 1 million is correct, they've been right.
Phil did not snort once. Is that actually true? Thank you, Rich. I have achieved orgasm. Why did I need to sound German for you to achieve orgasm? Jesus Christ. If you stream May 1st, start the stream with the camera on and make faces while rubbing the birds. I gotta be careful, because isn't that like considered super... Like, you gotta... I mean, I actually cupped my bird's breast before. Is that too far, YouTube? Like, I don't know anymore. I mean, someone put a poorly photoshopped cucumber on Quantum TV's lips. Hold on 1 second. And that was considered sexual. Can I cup a bird's non-existent breasts? Is that too risque? Dude, but all these platforms have these bizarre weird... Like, I always talk about Twitch, which drives me fucking crazy. Like, women could literally put just pasties on their nipples and paint their tits and say it's art. But if I take my shirt off, I'm stripping. My shirt can be off, So I have to switch the scene, come back, and ta-da, I'm shirtless. Oh. There are things a man should never be witness to. If you play games in my basement, you might see Hulk Hogan relaxing everything, and you might see...
And big taints.
Just say you're having organ failure. Hold on 1 second, sorry. That sounds like the most opportune time to shower. My daughter let out a giant poop, which is a good thing, but it was a giant poop and she had to shower. Adam Cecil had an old review where he said using racist humor against Japanese games. Yes, we're talking about that tomorrow. That is on the list of things to talk about tomorrow. Thank you. After I drop my kids off at school. I got a lot of recording to do, and Jay got a lot of editing to do. So it's time, Jay, to...
Try to relax your anus.
Hopefully his anus is always relaxed. Phil is ready. Phil looks like he's about to grab. He's coming after my titty.
Right, 100% all along. They've been justified in all the hatred and vitriol they've tossed at me during the years. That's what they're looking for. Okay? That's what they're looking for. Or, the flip side of this. Let's say, for example, nothing happened.
Hey, Rich, it's been a long time since we chatted. I mostly lurk and watch your videos. But my came that we talked about a few years ago. Okay. Send me a DM on Twitter to remind me. I may have to stop and go get that fucking
happens.
Zyrtec.
There's nothing there because I'm telling the truth. What they will do is take the information now that they have and they will harass me with it. And I will tell a story. I would like to tell a story on the show. I've told it here many times recently, and I'll just say the car repair story. That's all I'll say. And I'll tell that story on the show so people can maybe understand my perspective better on that show. Okay? So, as of right now, as long as there is buy-in from the Side Scrollers guys, I would appear on the show probably around mid-March. We're still working out the details. I'm still trying to work to see if my setup will work with their streaming stuff that they do. And I guess what it's going to end up being is, yeah, it's going to be like an hour of me just answering questions to a new audience. I mean, yes, all my detractors will be there, but there's a new audience too to kind of learn about me for the first time and to honestly try to answer these questions to the best of my ability.
I think you're overstating, and Craig, don't take this the wrong way, dude. I'm no Mr. Beast myself, but I think you're overstating the relevancy of Craig. It's not 2009, and it's not like peak Screw Attack, dude. No offense against Craig, I watch Side Scrollers. I think it's an excellent reboot, but you know, I don't know. I think Phil's still acting like it's hold on. Oh man. Hello, RT. Been following you for 5 years. Love your reviews. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Doctor, which really says a lot about how important you are to us. We are your family, Richie. Touch tips. So thank you very much, Dr. Sexy Coco. I appreciate that.
You know, and be truthful and honest, but not also be so ridiculous. Like, that's the thing. This is not Phil's going to open up his personal life to everyone, and now he ruins it because he inadvertently revealed stuff, and now people will not stop harassing. I've been through it. I've been through identity theft already. I can't go through it again. It really hurt. People, dude, I swear, people think I'm making shit up, man. It hurts. 2 years ago. Again, I was in a situation. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional, but 2 years ago, I was in a situation where I was almost good to go again. I was almost at the point where after all of this stuff going down, I was like, wow, financially, I'm in a good position. If things keep going the way they're going, there's a light at the end of this tunnel. All right? I said that many times on my streams. There's finally, with all these financial problems I've had going through bankruptcy, there's a light at the end of this.
All right, I'm going to stop him there. He said this before, too. Every year, the year before has been the best year, you know? Like, that's the problem, Phil, is that you've said this many, many, many times, you know? So thank you. Learned about the first time, Phil, everyone knows about you. You made yourself very famous on May 1st along with your begging. That is true.
This tunnel, things are going to go good. What happened? My detractors harassed Twitch to the point where they kicked me out of the partner program for literally doing nothing. I did nothing to warrant it. Then they committed identity theft, hacked accounts, and I lost tons of money. I lost money, thousands of dollars, right? And it's like, oh, but that's fine because it's Phil. Oh, that's fine because it's me. Oh, I see. Only because it's me. And then, well, I don't understand. Why does Phil have to keep asking?
Thank you very much, CB96.
That's fucking why. Because you scumbags ruin my life over and over. That's why. If you would leave me alone for 1 year, things would likely level out and be fine. But you guys keep creating the problem.
Oh my God, this man. Oh man. We'll finish this. I'll probably take a break. Gotta make some phone calls. And then come back for part 2 later.
Why? So that you can then make more content about it. That's why. It's this endless cycle. Create the problems for Phil, see the misery, cover the misery, profit.
Had a weird dream where a kid diarrhea in the shower and he asked me to help him waffle stomp it down the drain. I think I answered that before, but that is very, very bizarre.
It's an endless cycle, and I've had enough of it, man. It has to end at some point.
Yes, I did play around with the controller. It is nice. It ain't perfect, though. Solid Crusader. Like I said, I'm partially back. It's great to see you back. Hope everything is getting better. Funny how have I been watching you for basically 10 years. Keep up the fun. Thank you, Ajax. Thank you for supporting the show by being a member. 10 years, yeah. I've been doing this for a long time, dude.
But, you know, for now, I try to do my best to ignore it. I try to do my best to just push forward positively here on my own channels and make content for my audience that likes me for who I am and what I do. And they, you know, again, everyone can make their own subjective choices and their own subjective judgments about me. But, you know, at the end of the day, I have a fan base who likes me and likes my content and want to support it, and I'm happy for that. I'm happy that I have a very good home.
Yes, nothing is ever Phil's fault. I mean, he has like apologized, but it's like stuff like this. Like, no, Phil, the reason your career went in the direction it did is all you.
Okay, outside of this that I don't share with you guys. So that's the point. Is that if I appear on the show, I want it to be a fair and honest discussion. Ask me whatever the hell you want. I don't care. Ask me any question. I will answer to the best of my ability. But at the same time, I can't do what they want. They want me to put myself into giant situations of risk that will ruin my life, where I've already had parts of my life messed up and ruined because of them. They want that again, or they want it even worse. That's their aim here. Then everything was proven, I was innocent of every single thing, which, by the way, that's never going to happen. Of course, I've made mistakes. Of course, there have been little white lies. Of course, there's been these things over the years that have happened. It's called human nature, right? I'm not perfect. I'm not flawless. I've made mistakes and done horrible things. But at the same time, is it grounds to try to ruin me constantly?
It's how you handle it, Phil. It's how you handle it is the problem. You know, not to bring up the amazing atheist as for the 8 billionth time, he poured hot wax on his dick and shoved a banana up his ass. Literally, I'll stop at that. But he's like, yep, that's what I did. I owned it. Never said I was a prude. Never said I like shoving bananas up my ass. And it was like a fart in the wind.
That I have to hide here on my channel, and I can't even appear on a podcast because here comes the harassment to them. You know what I'm saying? So let's see how it goes. Right now, again, we're hashing out the details. Again, I give them permission if they wanted to play this clip, 30-minute clip, or even highlight it. It's up to them if they want to play it on the show or not. I'm cool with that. I'm actually looking forward to it. Now, here's the thing, and I do want to publicly apologize to the 2 people who I've been talking with over the last 4 months about possibly doing like a full-length kind of documentary-style thing about me and having my input. This is not what this is, nor was this ever.
Thank you, Dr. Digital Davros, you piece of shit.
Invited on a Side Scrollers podcast, and then all of a sudden, now it's an interview. I didn't even expect that. I didn't think that's what it was going to be. And I kind of feel bad because these are 2 people who I've talked with.
Of course it's going to. What the fuck else would it be? He's so weird. He's so weird. What the fuck do you think? You're not going to be a co-host, dude. Like, even when, like, PKA has co-hosts, like, they ask questions about their career and shit. No, I answered your thing. Yeah, his ego is huge. I said it's never his fault. Lone Star. Oh, they're always fighting over stupid fucking food, the dogs. Please. You hear Bruno? They're always fighting over food. How long have I been off for? Give me like a 5-minute interlude. I'm not gonna shut down the stream. Give me an interlude. I'll be back. God, they sound wonderful, the dogs, don't they? Yeah. Back. I've had this sneeze for like 3 years. And it's just not coming out. Yeah, kind of doing a Man-A-Thon today. The boys are being good downstairs. I just checked on them again. Called to check on my daughter. And we'll watch part 2.
For months, I feel like they're really good people who
No
wanted
turd.
to cover me fairly. Not to say that they were ever going to pull any punches. And I think one day we are going to do that. There's going to be that kind of a thing on the internet that will be a fair shake of Phil.
So, Phil, go on It's a Gundam's live stream. He doesn't hate you either. Why won't you? Because he'll ask stuff you don't want to answer.
Right now, I'm not ready for that. But at least this interview will be something where they want to ask questions, go for it, man. You know, ask me those questions and go from there. But again, yeah, some people might say, well, that's kind of messed up, Phil. You were talking for months, you were going to do it. You said you were talking to people, now you're doing it with side-scrollers. It wasn't supposed to be this way. It wasn't supposed to happen like this. It was supposed to be, if I was going to do it, I was going to do it with someone who was going to do a bigger style project. And now it's kind of just turned into, well, it's too quick interview, right? So I guess we'll see how it goes, all right? So anyway, that's where it is as of now. I'm sure.
Because you act like you're a platinum selling artist.
Now there's going to be a million questions. People are going to, people contributing. They're going to ask me questions about it. That's fine. I'll answer questions. That's the end of this segment. Thanks for watching.
Jesus Christ! Did you imagine if Phil was an actual celebrity?
Crew of Side, or if it's just Craig watching this, or Crew of Side, Phil, if ever watched. Thanks, and we'll see what happens.
There's a part 2. Fucking weirdo. It's just as long. No.
All right, let's get to the tip side. Let's go ahead and let's do some shout-outs, all right? So we start off with let's do the YouTube side of stuff first. We've got Habib Gaming, who did re-upped his membership. Thank you, Habib Gaming, for re-upping your membership. We've got B-Boy Cycle.
Yeah, he didn't cry. He didn't cry.
Cool. Who's been a member for now 21 months and re-upped their membership. Where the hell is 672 at? He's here. I swear I saw him in the chat. Gamer Guy gifted a membership. Congratulations to Robertonio, and thank you, Gamer Guy, very much for the gifted membership, and thanks for supporting the community. Appreciate that. Ooh, excuse me. Blue Phoenix re-upped their membership for 3 months. Says, I'm really pleased to support you as a creator. Thank you, Blue Phoenix. Amrit did a super chat. Says, hashtag justice for Mango. Mango is very much still here. I just told him to calm the hell down because he was being very negative. And I hope he stops. Because I like Mango. I do.
I like Mango. I had these like protein peanut butter cup things, 200 calories for them. They're actually pretty good. That was like my lunch. However, they make you shit.
People for some odd reason. He was here the other day saying, I can't even talk on this channel. I was like, dude, it's DSP Reacts. It's sub only, just like DSP Gaming. You've been through this. Just sub and you can talk for 24 hours. Like, it's freaking out. Like, I personally made he can't talk or something. I don't know what's going on with this guy.
Why, dude? You and I are not Dr. Disrespect. Why do you have sub only chat? Like, who cares? Someone says gout or horse or cat. Who cares? The only time I give a fuck is like there's some weirdo who like posts like personal pictures. I don't know how they're getting them from my Facebook. I think I have to trim the fat on my Facebook again. Like if that's different. But like someone puts gout in the chat and that's blocked. Come on, dude. That's like me blocking cucumbers or Big Cheese, which sadly I did do back in the day. Oh God. Oh God, Rich, what the fuck were you doing? Peanut butter cups are quite delicious, by the way. In case someone gives a fuck.
Hope he's all right, honestly. 2 last names. Became a 3-month member. He says, why not just ask Craig not to do that? I assume what you're saying is why not ask Craig to not ask me questions? Because I don't think it's possible. Imagine this.
Yeah, Big Cheese 200, never forget.
I'm going to do a podcast. And on that podcast, I'm going to get a controversial person. Who would be considered controversial in the last few years? I don't know. All right. How about this? Andrew Tate, which I don't even know the guy from a dirty shoe. I really don't. I don't know anything about the guy except he's very controversial on the internet with the things he says, and he just got arrested, right? So now imagine, he gets out of jail. It's announced he's going to be on a podcast, all right? So he gets on the...
I guarantee you he would give you a list of questions he can't ask you. Are you kidding me, Phil? No, not 200 calories per cup, the whole thing. Jesus Christ.
Podcast, and literally the entire podcast, no one talks about any of it.
Those will make you shit, Shala.
No one talks about his controversial takes on the internet. No one talks about him being arrested. No one talks about any of it. It's just, let's talk about news. And we're covering news articles with him in it.
Yes, that's what you've... Don't you dare make it like you haven't wanted that before, Phil. That's what you were all about. Oh, why do we got to talk about it? Because we have to talk about the shit that people are interested in. The people are interested in what the fuck you talk about.
Huh? You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I'm sure it could probably still be a good show, but there's elephants in the room.
Oh, okay. I think Reese's cups are less calories. It depends on which ones.
You know, that won't shut up. They're going. It's just like playing Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, they're high protein.
Turbo, hyper fighting. The elephant.
It's a meal replacement. It's not. You don't have those as a snack.
Ooh, the India stage.
I'm gonna snack on you.
Stage. It was like, so Andrew Tate's on the podcast. Shut up back there, you stupid elephant.
What? The fuck was that?
Fighting. The elephant. The India stage. Dalsim stage. It was like, so Andrew Tate's on the podcast. Shut up back there, you stupid elephant. In fact, now that would be cool on the Side Scroller show if they had that elephant sound effect and they play that during the show. That would be funny.
Yeah, if they played Dalsim's theme to Phil masturbating, it would be legendary.
Play the elephant in the room.
And when he's about to bust, the music speeds up.
India elephant won't shut.
It goes into when like you're at the low health music.
Shut up. That would be great. Okay. Anyway, so you see my point. If
that is true. He really... Titanius, he unironically makes a segment that's called Phil's Day Off. Why does anybody... No one care... And Phil, that's not even me saying it from an arrogant perspective. Who the fuck cares what I was doing on my day off? Who gives a shit? Who cares about your day off? Who cares about my fucking day off? Who cares? Eat my protein-filled peanut butter cups, Phil. They'll make you happier. They are actually, like I said, quite good, but they make you shit. They use that other, like, natural sugar substitute. Not stevia. Not stevia. I heard the news about stevia. Let's not go into stevia. My stevia is gone. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I gotta get that music up. Let me get a doll. Let me go to YouTube. I'll see a theme. This is what Phil will be fapping to.
Oh la 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 la. Oh la 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 la. Oh la 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 la. Yes. Yes. Oh, it hurts.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Woo! Right up my ass, baby. I love it. Oh la 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 la. Oh la 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 la. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh my god, that's what Phil will be fapping to. Yeah, and then right when he's about to, hold on, right when he's about to bust.
Oh la 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 la.
And now I'm gonna masturbate.
All right, enough. What version is that? The arcade version? I don't know how long I'm going until I don't want to go anymore. That's usually how I handle my streams anyway. Oh, the camera's on. Camera's on the whole time. How funny would that be? Remix to that. Oh, God. Look, how long did I go without coughing? This cold is so fucking weird.
If anyone's gonna even do anything with
My doctor is funny. He's like, oh, maybe I should just take you out in the back and shoot you.
I mean, it's kind of like they have to at least make an effort. And the thing is, let's be honest, I don't do interviews. I don't. I have answered every question right here on my show.
Yeah, okay, Quantum Tickle TV, Burnell, Christian Straight Man. Yeah, you in a controlled environment, Vladimir Burnell, where no one could put you to task, Philip Tellerico. Philbert Hamley. What other person that I could say would do the same thing? Yeah, that doesn't count. I could sit here in a pre-recorded video and say, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I just stuck a cigar in her pussy. I know Phil. Yeah, he could grow thicker facial hair than that, dude. I don't understand. It's so weird. It's such a nonsensical... Yeah, my doctor actually has a sense of humor. Yeah, he's a cool dude. Seriously. But like, yeah, dude, you just have a cold. He's like, you're not coughing anything up. I'm not gonna just, like we talked about this before. Even doctors say throwing out antibiotics like they're candy is a bad idea. We are on our way to a superbug because of that.
Every question about all of the drama, literally every topic, has been addressed on this podcast, on a stream. It's all been addressed. 1,000,000%. The problem is people don't like the answers, because the answers are...
No. Because, Phil, you give either non-answers or weak-ass answers. And you literally, when people ask you in the super chat, you block them. Or at best, tell them that we're having a chill stream. I'm a 41-year-old man playing Disney Dreamlight Valley. 40, I think. I'm sorry. Like, look, man, if you enjoy the game, God bless. But, come on, dude. Like, here, so many other games. Play Power Wash Simulator. Can't believe you. Isn't that on Game Pass? Why the hell? That's like that's as chill as you could get. I should play that more because I could basically talk to my audience and it's a fun game. What? That's a game that 41-year-old men should play, not Disney Dreamlight Valley. Oh man.
The truth, and people don't want the truth. They want, exposure of Phil to make him look bad so we can continue with our serious situation of negativity and drama. So when someone says, hey, what's going on with this? And I answer honestly, they don't like that, so they ignore it. Oh, that's not true. He just, it's not true, it's a lie. So you see what I'm saying? There's nothing that anyone could ask me. There's literally nothing that anyone could possibly ask me. Okay? Nothing. At all. That I haven't already answered. I've been asked everything. Really. I've asked there's nothing, there's literally no...
DSP. Okay.
Oh, la 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 la.
Oh, it hurts.
Try to relax your anus.
Good.
No risk. There's none. The risk is if I start showing specifics that could hurt me, right? That's it. It's as they say, the devil is in the details. Showing you an actual bank account, showing you, transactional history, showing you accounts on my phone, login stuff. That's where the risk is, because that's the end of everything.
Maybe Phil's a hardcore ass eater, and that's why he has to have a goatee. Like, doesn't want it thick, because he's eating all that ass. Fuck.
Because if everyone gets a piece of that information, they will do whatever they can, to hurt. And that's that thing I need to avoid, is to avoid that. So, answering questions, I've never been a...
Oh, Christ. Chris Hansen's in a thumbnail in the bottom right corner. Knowing him, he'll fucking try to copyright... I'm exaggerating. He'll try to fucking copyright claim me for having the thumbnail there. Jesus Christ. Stay away from his shit, man.
Afraid to answer any questions.
Holy fuck.
And then again, it's your own judgment. Be subjective. Trust me or not. I can't make you trust me. All you can do is, all right, now here, and really, when you put it into real perspective, okay? What's the big deal if you trust me or not? If you like me, come watch the content. If you don't like me, don't. Right? But that's the problem, is people then take it to this insane level of harassment. It's not, I don't like him, so I won't watch him, because I don't trust him. Right? Instead, it's, I don't trust him, so I hate him, and now I destroy him and everything around him. Where did that mentality come from? I don't know. And only on the internet. You can't do that shit in...
Yeah, that shit's bizarre, and I don't condone that. There's, like, some people that are so thirsty for, like, Phil to shut down his channel, I mean, like I said, like, the only reason Phil is still here is that no one can tell him to, Phil won't fire himself, and he isn't violating terms of service, but, like, why do you want to see him destroyed, though? It just makes no sense to me. There's much worse people on this fucking planet than Phil.
In real life, you can only do that shit on the internet. Just so happens, my business is on the internet. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so why not ask Craig not to do that? Well, Craig, thanks for asking me on your show, but if you're going to ask me any questions whatsoever about negative stuff, I'm not appearing. Huh? It's almost like you have to get past that. Like, this is the initial hurdle. And once that hurdle has been passed, correct?
Didn't he say in part one he was done talking about this?
Then you can get to normality. So maybe if I appear on the show and it's a whole hour of interrogation, a hardcore hour of asking me questions about every stupid thing that I've already answered, and I just got to give the answers again, so it's all in one consolidated spot, and the haters will never be satisfied, and they'll always say we hate his answers, and then, my fans will be like, we really didn't care about this anyway, we're going to watch his streams regardless, and then maybe, if things go well, then things can maybe get back to normality. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Maybe eventually I can be a normal appearer on some show, like a normal human. I don't have to be treated like,
Imagine, like, he was there shirtless with just clamps on his nipples, and, like, Kat had, like, a Bluetooth button on her phone, and every time he said something she didn't like, she could just press a button, and he's like,
oh, it hurts.
I'm just zoning out because he just over-explains everything, and I'm getting bored. Yeah, like a nipple shock collar. Philbert, are you looking at the fucking microwavable breasts in, what is that game that came out? That's like a dystopian rush, Atomic Heart. I'm gonna make those nipples sizzle.
Oh, it hurts. I'm a scumbag spy for some kind of a country who now has to be thrown in the gulag and tortured to get in.
No, you are too stupid to be that.
You know what I'm saying? So I guess we'll see what happens. And by the way, no, I'm not getting paid for the show. That was never.
Or maybe that's the secret of Phil. Maybe he is. Maybe he's like a mole for like the Russian government, disguised as an idiot. Maybe that's it. That's the 4D chess, man. He's Putin's boy. They're like, just act like a dumb fuck who plays video games. We can get all the information we need. And Phil's like, I'm on it, Mr. Putin. Ethan, lay off the weed. Oh, lay off my ass. Phil should have been a history teacher. No. He'd put all the kids to sleep, and they wouldn't learn a fucking thing.
For a discussion, I don't think anyone gets paid as a guest on that show. I don't want money for the show. And that was never an intention at all. I wasn't paid for the quartering appearance. I'm not paid for this stuff. It's ridiculous. That's what people say when they're assholes who lie and make shit up. Okay? Alright, let's get to the tip side of things.
I don't really care if he got paid or not anyway. I believe that he didn't. I believe that he didn't. But who cares even if he did? What does it matter?
Because there's a lot of tips to shout out.
You did ask in the past, though, with email evidence. Didn't he want like $800 or something to be on someone's, because he'd miss out? That's how much money he'd miss out on, or 500 or something. It was a decent chunk of change for an interview for a guy that no one really cares about.
Okay. Okay.
Well, this is fun.
Okay, so I received a $30 tip from Game Tracker.
$800, like, that's the thing. He's such a. I've never ever asked for. You've asked for money. I'm not sure of how it works, but obviously you thought it's how it worked because you asked for it in the past. Come on, man.
This morning. Actually, it was overnight. My bad. It was actually an overnight tip. He'd done it, I guess, this morning. Thank you, Game Tracker. Let's get your animation. Let's get you up on the leaderboards. The first contribution. Sorry, this podcast is so.
Oh, that's weird. Him as Leonardo DiCaprio is very
guys, we knew
weird.
this was gonna happen. Don't worry, we're playing Wolong all day. Okay.
What? Dude, he won't even. He has too much pride. Which is, ooh, man, he's looking very, math teacher is there. Imagine Phil, if he ain't going on no OnlyFans, he won't even do a lolcow podcast. Do you think he's going to show his asshole on OnlyFans? Imagine Phil with, like, Will Blunderfield. Like, I follow Will Blunderfield on Twitter. All of a sudden, I'm scrolling down, and there he's with this woman naked, and he's sun bleaching his asshole with his cheeks spread with, like, the sun on his butthole. Could you imagine Phil doing that?
Wow.
Okay. So, thank you for the $30 tip, Game Tracker. What is?
Yeah, he was suntanning his asshole, because he's a nice dude, man. I like him. Okay, I don't agree with him with the COVID conspiracy shit and all that, but doesn't mean he's not a bad person. But I was just like, okay, it's another body part of a person that I now have seen that I didn't want to. Just always remember that Gavin McGinnis has a huge dick.
What does he have to say? Wolong Fallen Dynasty, more like Will Moses. Fallen DSP. My God, the Will Moses moniker. Ugh. That's a weird one. Actually, honestly, I know next to nothing about the game. I probably won't have much interest. I just did because I want to make a stupid joke. Well, there you go. Thank you very much, Game Tracker.
I don't like that game.
I appreciate that. That's very nice of you. And thanks for a really good start, obviously, to today.
There's a guy on my... Phil should have been a history teacher. No, like I said, he would have put the children to sleep. I answered you before, but it's true. There's a guy on my Nintendo Switch friend list who plays a lot of hentai games and waifu simulators. I always find it funny. You know what I always find funny? On Steam. Those are like always the best-selling games. Come on, guys. Come on, do better. At least, like, there's a porn. Like, I don't understand it. And look, God bless if that makes you happy, but it concerns me. Always, like, number one or number two. It's like, you know, big titty in your mouth simulator.
They stream. Hold on. There we go. Cool. Okay, continuing on. Got a $2 tip here.
Burst of May 1st simulator. Yes!
Try to relax your anus.
Well, I fucked that up, didn't I?
Can we get rid of all the Baxters in chat? They're annoying. 672 is...
Yeah, Derek Lee. It's actually looking promising, Dead Island 2. the 8,000 delays have been worth it? Maybe. Maybe. I'll wait until the controller's in my hand to make the final decision on that, but...
Much better than all Baxters. Wow. Honestly, I don't know where the Baxter meme came from. Can anyone ever... No one can ever explain these memes to me. So there's a bunch of people who just put the name Baxter. I don't even know what it's from. Is it anything from me? Or is it just something that appeared? Is it something from detractors? You know, I don't know what it is. I have no idea. Nor I don't know why people, we're...
How would the irony be in that? Because let me tell you something. Dying Light 2, as a person who's put hundreds of hours, literally, into the original Dying Light 2 was a fucking miserable disappointment. Miserable disappointment. But there was a time where Dying Light 2 was like, oh shit, this seems on point, and Dead Island 2 looked like a fucking joke. Now, tables look like they may have turned. I'll believe it when I have the controller in my hands. There's still that... It could still be a giant fucking turd of a flop. But it's looking pretty good, man. So is Resident Evil 4 Remake, too. Looks like I may actually like that one. Hopefully, please... Like, I understand it's a survival horror game. Make less ammo. Have the game have less ammo stashes or something. Like, don't with the fucking bullet sponge zombies. It drives me up a fucking tree, man. I'm not saying make it easier. Make it hard as fuck. Make it that there's less ammo. Make it that you have to use melee combat more. But stop with the bullet sponge zombies. You know what I'm saying?
Where it actually originated from, or where does it...
Anti-survival simulator. You motherfuckers have some good ones today.
Where does it come from? Does anyone know? People want to fit in, so they all create a name.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying. RE2 Remake is on point. Especially now that you could bring in the original music, which I like better. But oh my god, yeah, dude, if I'm getting a headshot, like 1 or 2 bullets. Oh god, it's just so annoying.
People just copied Clyde. I've never seen a negative association with the name. Like, I don't think it's something insulting unless it's a sneak diss, but I don't think it is. So, I don't know. Let it ride. I'm not going to start just banning people because they have a name. I received a $1 tip from Ibuki.
You wouldn't read Sexy Coco's super chat because of his name. That has been confirmed with video evidence. Did you move? Did I fucking tell you to move?
Elden Ring, the power of the Elden Ring. Fight the same bosses 27 times, repetitive locations, game of the year, Elden Ring. There you go. I think someone is very opinionated on Elden Ring. Thank you for the $1 tip. Alrighty.
I love Elden Ring.
Continuing on, got another one.
in case you didn't know.
A $1 tip from... You're describing karma. That's why it's always important to be a good person when it matters most. Now, I will openly admit over the years, I told you guys this time and time again, I made big mistakes back in the day. When I was first, my early days as a content creator, I was an asshole. I spoke out of turn. I insulted things that I had no right to insult. I was insulting game developers. I was insulting other content creators. I was insulting games. It came from my days of being a competitive Street Fighter.
He used the F word and not fuck like crazy at a time when even when it wasn't okay back then. Like, I would never have said that shit. I'm like, whoa, Philip Burnell. I never thought I would see it either. Rich got good on Elden Ring. Never thought I would see me either. Especially if you watch Seymour DeMonica's video that This Is How You Don't Play, where I got roasted to shit, Phil. It looked like I wasn't going to cut it in a Souls game. Let's just put it that way, and that's putting it nicely. Now I can't still, what do I have? God, 300 hours on the Xbox version, getting up to 200 hours, maybe if not more, on the PC, especially because I play it between like the Steam Deck, the Aya Neo 2, all the different platforms, PC, you know. Rich, glad to see you. As a fellow father of 3, you're living my nightmare too. Prayers for your family. Yeah, it's you know, I said I was quitting it, but I don't care that I was hypocritical. Thank God for this stuff, man, because... And thank God for streaming. Streaming keeps my mind off of it, too. I'm very lucky to live in a 2-family home where, because my boys are here, and when I stream, boys are with their grandparents, and I think my brother is here. And if they need me for anything, look, like if my son is not behaving, I'm right here and I have my phone, they could text me. You know? This setup works very well. But this stuff keeps my mind off of things. Let me just check something real. Oh, good. My chargers have shipped. And my lens, so my editor shuts the fuck up about my top camera. I can finally put the GH5 up here and I don't have to hear him anymore. I'll just add that shit for free, Porky's butthole. You don't have to pay me for that. It's a good sound. Listen, hire Ron Jeremy to thrust my back. Yeah, I think isn't he like in jail for the rest of his life for like raping people on porn sets and shit?
Back then, to make a name for yourself, you had to be offensive. You had to actually start rivalries. That way people would care about you, right? So it kind of is from that. But that was over 10 years ago. If you take a look at things now versus then, and if you watch my content today versus back then, okay, how can you even compare the two? It's like apples to oranges.
It's exactly the same. That's exactly, Phil. You're just bitching about different stuff. Like, if you dare say I was playing God of War Ragnarok on easy, it's so insulting. Why is it insulting, Phil? I played Dead Space the other day on a Twitch stream on easy, and I was proud of it. Unable to support this month, but thanks for the nips, man. Dude, don't worry about it. I hope your daughter comes around earlier than expected. Slather J and Canuck merch. Nah, dude, you've been great. And I appreciate you being here, man. Don't apologize at all. You're a supporter of the show by being a member. You know what I mean? Or just being here. So don't worry about paying me for Uncle Gubsy.
It's hilarious because people will say, Phil, you changed too much. Your content's too tame. We don't like it anymore. Then people say, oh, you see, Phil hasn't changed at all. That's why we still hate it. Like, what? You can't have it both ways. It's either you admit that I've changed as a person, I've grown, I don't do those offensive things I used to do anymore, but then you admit, but you say, oh, well, now the content's boring. Or, it's the other way around, if it's so offensive or whatever, then, you know what I'm...
No, Phil, it's boring because you barely talk. You bat anyone who steps out of line in the slightest, and you look like you're about to fall asleep during the streams. And don't say, I'm on your fucking channel.
I'm saying it's bullshit because they want it both ways. They want justification for hating on me, but then they use that as a reason to say that also my content sucks. It doesn't make any sense at all. It's called rationalization, right? And it doesn't work. You can't rationalize toxic hate. You just can't do it. It's not anything logical. Logical people don't do that. Logical people will take someone and criticize it. Nah, okay, I don't like them and move on. They don't do systematic harassment. You know what I'm saying? So you want to talk about karma? Sure, absolutely. In the Street Fighter community, I did awful things. Karma. Sure, my early days as a YouTuber, I did some really dumb, awful things. Karma. But when you're talking...
Oh, God. Well, isn't he still, like, years upon years behind on... Like, he's a few years behind on back taxes. Like, I could see, like, you know, shit happens, you're a year behind. But multi-years behind. He's, like, fucking at Onision levels, man. Onision got audited. Because he, like, wrote off everything. Like his wedding. got his wife at the time a fucking vibrator, right? Like the IRS is like, why is this guy writing off vibrators? Why is he writing off his wedding ring? Then he got all pissed off at TurboTax because they guarantee. Like, no, man, TurboTax ain't gonna protect you from writing off your fucking wife's vibrator. I'm joking with that. I'm not saying that, but he wrote off the wedding ring and the wedding. That is true. But then so he owes like $600,000 or something to the feds. Like Phil's at like his level.
Talking about the last 5+ years, I don't even know how you can even reasonably say that any of the stuff that's happened to me can be karma when I have really tried to change for the better, listening to your feedback actively. You know, I want to be a better person. I don't think that...
Yeah, but Phil, people could see through it. It's artificial change. It's saccharine change. It's a beard. You're still the same Phil. That's why you are so boring now. Because you're still that offensive little kid, but you can't say any of that stuff, so you have to be on the straight and narrow because you can't find humor to carve around that. That's only humor you could do, is that one-dimensional shit. You know what I'm saying? No, dude, that's not true. You're talking about, you know what that was? I've debunked that easily. What was he playing, like Crash Bandicoot or something? What the fuck is this? Who's here? Kung Fu my fucking ass. Oh, I got like family here. Oh. I have to pause the stream again. Listen, your daughter will pull through the majestic. Yeah, she was asking for strawberries and pineapple today. Like, she's getting back to herself. She doesn't look completely like herself, but while Dr. Sexy Coco gave me a rectal exam, what did he use to examine you with? So give me a second, I'll be back in it. I gotta pee anyway, so you know what, it works out. We'll get through this in 20 years, don't worry. I'll give you something different. Oh, who's messaging me? Oh, it's just birds. Just birds. What the hell happened? Oh, man. Philip Burnell is a man.
That is, I hope I become a better person, and I think it's an ongoing thing, right? And self-improvement is always an ongoing thing. You're never perfect.
He sounds like he's in a therapy session. Thank you, Dylan Bacon. He sounds like he's sitting down talking to a therapist.
So you always got to try to improve a little more, right? But I don't see how that justifies what happens to me today. All I want to do is go on a podcast. Within 24 hours of the announcement, it's now got to be an interrogation session because everyone is spreading misinformation. But you see, oh, by the way, the point I was making about Derek earlier, but you see the point? Already
What's up,
there's insane
Mari?
misinformation about me being fed to these
Google fish pound my ass, but Jesus
guys.
Christ.
It's completely wrong. It's all wrong shit. It's, you know, oh, Derek is a giant whale of Phil's. So we went and we harassed him and we found all these horrible things. He's literally he's not a financial contributor at all. He's just someone who talks on stream. And people actually went out there and bullied him.
Oh, so what?
How the fuck is that fair? If anything, the last thing you would want to bring up is him, because it makes you and your detractor community look awful. But you're so stupid and up your own ass, you don't realize that. You would want to not touch that with a 10-foot pole because you realize...
Why not mention Derek? Whether he's a contributor or not, don't mention him. Because then people are going to bother him.
Harassing a random viewer is not the way to prove your point about anything.
Well, you unrandomized them, Phil. Congratulations.
Anyway, let's continue. I got a $10 tip from CM Fool. I'm sorry I haven't been around lately. I've been trying to unite the Quiet Man community to join
I don't
me
think so,
in saying
Seymour.
hashtag for has spoken movement to get you to play Forspoken. It's been hard going with holdout and splinter groups of the Quiet Man community fighting both tooth and nail against me. So far, I've won 62% of them. So he's trying to get...
Titanius, is there any special reason that Phil will talk to him without there being a super chat?
people to get me to play Forspoken. Oh, Lord. I don't know if that's ever going to happen. Then you see him, Fool.
You don't play Forspoken. It's a really bad fucking game.
The $10 tip. I appreciate that.
It's really fucking bad.
All right. Hooey. All right, let's continue. Let's do a $1 tip here. Okay, this is a troll. I can ignore that one. You know what's actually funny? Is that there are people...
Proceeds to not ignore him. Oh, who's at my door now? It's my brother's burrito. Actually, it is my brother. But not with a burrito.
Talk here. There are people who try to think that they're smart. And they ride what's called both sides of the fence. You ever heard this one? It's someone who acts one way in one situation and another way in another situation. Okay? It's someone who basically is trying to play both.
That's called devil's advocate, Phil. That is called devil's advocate. That is something. Don't even... I know you're not referring to me. You're probably not even thinking to me, but I do know you put me in that category. Oh, one day he's nice. One day he's... No, Phil, it's me being objective. One day when you're not doing something stupid, I'm saying you're not doing something stupid. When you are doing something stupid, I say you're doing something stupid. Blunt more.
Arguments. So no matter what comes up at the end of the day, they're the winner.
If you're tired, go to sleep.
Who are very much in the detractor community, but then they come over here to the streams and they pretend to be friendly. And then...
A pony went to the doctor complaining about having a sore throat. The doctor said, "It's okay. You're just a little hoarse." That was probably a mistake I did right there.
And all of a sudden, on the flip side of it, you know, they'll go back and practice backstabbing. So there was someone who this morning was watching the Side Scrollers podcast, said very, very bad things about me in their chat room, and just tried to tip me $1 and say something like I'm going to talk to them. Are you stupid? Yes, you are stupid. You're dumb. Why do you think I'm blind? You know, obviously, you know, I watched the show this morning. I just
With Phil's mentality, could you imagine him working in a normal work environment? He would be so, like he would, you criticize him, like, hey, Phil, write up this report. Could you fix this for me? Oh, he's always talking shit about me. That's another reason why he can never go back to a real job, besides the fact that trolls would ruin any job he got. He would have to deal face-to-face with criticism again. He couldn't handle it.
talked about it, right? So, I mean, how dumb can you be? But these people are dumb. That's how they act. So, no, I'm not going to entertain you in my content when I know that you're saying nasty things about me all over the internet. I'd be a moron. Okay? All right, continuing on. Ibuki number 2 tipped me $1. I can't wait to watch that rant on one of my...
That's why I don't smoke weed. I would never smoke.
Any detractor channels. It's gonna be great. Huh? I don't know. Maybe someone is saying they tried to get me to say something and I did, so now they're gonna watch it on a detractor channel. I don't care. Good for you.
All right, I'm bored, Phil. It's the same shit. I'm placing bets that you won't go on the show because you're Phil, and that is what you do. I'm just saying. Oh my god. I don't even know. I just couldn't take any more, Phil. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Better Call Saul and stuff like that. A lot of police activity. My brain hurts. It's been a long... 2023 has been a long year for me. It's been a hell of a year. It's only fucking March. You know? Well, I can't watch Sopranos here. I have to go to Twitch to do that. It's again, man. It's so funny, dude. You got motherfuckers that... I'm sure you guys know, I won't name names here, and they're just like watching Jersey Shore and shit, not saying a fucking word. They're just like this. And to the people who watch them stream, like, what are they bringing to the table? Let me see, am I in the main one now? Yes, I actually did my job for once. I subbed to a guy on Twitch for 2 years, and he hasn't streamed in 2 months, so I stopped. I don't think that's a bad... No. 2 months is a long time to stop streaming. That's a long fucking time. Probably quit. Yeah, dude, it's so weird. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel if I'm in front of the camera, like, I gotta offer something. Like, all that is like... That person doing that I won't name is just a middleman. They're like, what's something that people will watch where I can collect donations and ad revenue while they're watching it? Ah, there you go. And I'll just stare at the screen and that makes it transformative. No. And is it me being... Why are you apologizing, Google Fish? You're always insane and that's fine. Because then what's going to happen is that, honestly, these companies who own these shows, rightfully so, hate to say it, are going to be like, this isn't fucking transformative. All he or she is doing is just sitting there staring at the show and not saying anything for fucking, like, the entire show. And then they're going to come down on him. And then people like me who actually react, who actually... Whether you like it or not, some people think I pause too much. I can understand that and agree. But you have people like me who talk longer than the video is, who's actually making it transformative. Who's going to get fucked? Me. These motherfuckers, who I'm thinking of anyway, they could probably never work another day in their life. I ain't there yet. I will be. But can't just sit there and just be like this and have some fucking, have like Breaking Bad playing. Like, oh guys, hey, here, enjoy the show. Just send me donations. I don't have to do anything. Like, that's actual lazy bullshit. That's actual lazy bullshit. I mean, Phil calling reacting in general lazy bullshit is just kind of dumb. But if you're just sitting there like this, literally chilling, saying nothing, and just waiting, you collecting the check, stop it. You're going to fuck it up for everybody else. That's not transformative. And the company who owns that would have a field day with that shit in court. Like, think about it this way. Back in my day, I think I've said this story before. I think it was maybe on Twitch or maybe both places, but go fuck yourself. I'm telling it again. They pirated movies. What they used to do is go into a theater, have the camera face like a VHS-C recorder camcorder, face at the screen, and that was the bootleg movie you bought. Baby screaming, still paying. Someone farting and sneezing and coughing and barfing and you're hearing it, hey, still got to pay $20 for this pirated movie. You want to not go to the theater? That was considered piracy. How is this any different? You know what I'm saying? It's actually worse, because all you do is have a square of whatever streamer it is in whatever corner, and they're streaming the shows in HD and not saying anything. They're actually doing you a better favor pirating them. And it ain't salt. What my concern is that YouTube is, from what I remember, the rumor mill, and like, you know what I always say about rumors, is YouTube is thinking of demonetizing all React content. Why? For reasons like that. I believe it was on, it could be wrong, could have been misinformation, but I believe it was on the table. And in situations like that, I hate to say it, as a person who does a lot of React content, I kind of get it. I hate siding with the big corporations, but if someone, imagine someone, well, no, I wouldn't give a shit. But technically, no, that's a bad example, because if someone just rewatched all my videos, I wouldn't. No, I would. If someone just sat there watching all my videos and tried to, and not react, oh, I'm reacting, but just sat there and didn't say anything, like say all of my DK Oldies unboxings or my reviews, and just like sat there like this, yeah, I'd have a problem with that, because you're basically just mirroring my videos then. They could watch the whole fucking thing and, you know, commentate on it. That's different. I would have zero issue with that. I wouldn't give a fuck. Yeah, I would claim them. If you're just sitting there like this just to try to get algorithm fodder from my videos, yeah, I'd claim you. That's not a... I am very laxed, probably more than I should be. That wouldn't be okay, though. Yeah, remember those channels? Dude, there were channels that blew up and then YouTube put a kibosh on it. Justifiably so. Where people weren't reacting. They would just literally take the video that was like popular, that was viral at the time, have the same title, have react, have them in the corner, and they thought it covered their ass, and they would just be like this. Like the streamers I'm thinking of on Twitch that I won't name. Kind of narrowed it down a little bit by saying all that, but whatever. They're just like this. That's not transformative, is the bottom line. You're going to fuck it up for everybody else. Alright, I'll get off the soapbox now. You know, and again, I just don't want to see them fuck it up for everyone else, because the companies, if they brought that to court, would have a very valid complaint. It's almost like Twitch themselves should step in and be like, can't do this. But Twitch won't do that, because they're making money hand over fist, and maybe they don't care until they, you know, they better rather be reactive than proactive. Rich, transform into a nipple. How would, imagine just a giant nipple was talking to you. We should react to Phil's wall. It's actually nice just talking sometimes. See, I wouldn't, like, if YouTube said, yeah, you can't react anymore, alright, just move the show into something different. I'll just have Jay on all the time and we'll just talk about topics. You know? Who is Tyrone Magnus? I can't watch any cooking with Jack. I'll barf. I just can't. Oh my god. He's another one that I'm still on the fence if... I think he initially lacked self-awareness, but then I think he realized, wow, me cooking terrible brings eyes to my channel. I'm going with that. I refuse to believe that people are actually that narcissistic and stupid. But then every day I'm always pleasantly surprised about humanity and how terrible it is. What's Boogie been up to? Just want to look real quick. I know it's not on screen yet. I'll change that. He's off meds. Uh-oh. I know it's literally what the thing says. But for him to post a video... Where does it say he's... Is this where he says he's about to lose his house? Can you see it? Let me make sure. Yes. It's almost over. Let me zoom in to see. I guess we're just gonna have to click the video and find out. What's up, beautiful Angel Blossom? Yeah, we'll just go with that. Fuck it. Brandon.
Game store. So we had a lot of free time and a lot of customers coming in, so we would film these sketch videos, and I don't know, that's kind of something I'd always wanted to do. Huge fan of Saturday Night Live, Second City, stuff like that. I wanted to do this kind of thing. And I kept playing around with that formula, and eventually I got it right with the Francis character, and got my very first viral, and it pushed me over, wow, huge numbers, like 500,000 views and 10,000 subscribers. I mean, those numbers were unheard of back in the day, but I managed to pull it off, and for some reason people kept watching as I continued to
Yeah, but those days have come and gone, Boogie, and like I always said, and you know this, that was because you were ginormously fat.
Experiment with that. I took those subs and those subscribers and that energy, and I started making more sketches with my friends, and I started making sketches with my wife, who was an integral part of all of the Francis team. I mean, she helped write and clean up and act in the sketches, and
yeah, dude, you gotta move on. That's like, you know, I finally accepted that, like, news as the main thing, unless there's something special like DK Oldies, is done with. You gotta be creative and try something different. Like, Francis is a relic from the past.
I rode that momentum for, good lord, nearly a decade. Back in 2018, I got divorced, and me and my ex-wife separated as a comedy team, and as well as my husband and wife, and we made our very, very last video together called Francis Gets Abandoned by His Sister. We wrote this, produced it together. It was our very last thing. And genuinely, I thought I could not do the Francis sketch anymore because she was such a huge part of it. And I tried to pivot, tried to find something else to do on the channel. And you know, pivot, I did. I mean, I'd always been making these personal videos since way back in 2009. Talking about life and the universe and eating in front of the camera and just sitting down and bullshitting with you, kind of the way I am now. And
why is there porn music? I'm so confused.
People didn't watch them as much as they did the comedy sketches, but they did seem to enjoy them. And I kept making these types of videos, and people kept watching, and I was pretty grateful. Problem was, I'm a really sensitive guy, and I probably have
Well, yes.
Definitely shown that to you over the years. My marriage was wonderful, and I was very glad to be married, but it eventually fell apart, and we fell out of love, and we went our separate directions, and I did not handle that well at all. Add to the fact that I got gastric bypass surgery, and I was losing weight, and I was not able to turn to my favorite thing in the world, other than my wife, which was food, and it was a pretty dark time for me. I became more mentally ill than I had ever successfully been throughout the years of my life, and that's really saying something. I became just a complete and utter insufferable ass.
What?
And anyone will tell you that time of year is the time of a pandemic, and fly to my town computer, but we found or just a manipulate. And that doesn't mean I'm going to stop trying. It just means the odds are stacked against me, and that's okay. The odds are stacked against everyone if you haven't been paying attention. Only a few of us ever get lucky. But that doesn't mean we stop trying, and I don't plan to stop trying anytime soon.
Okay. I'm off my meds.
I have not been on my antidepressants now for about 30 days. So, what's up? Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, Boogie298 coming at you all once again through the power of the internet. And this is my rambling series, this is my vlogging series, in which I just talk about myself and life and the universe and things around me that are particularly interesting to me. I'm also going to be eating my lunch while I film this one, because I've had a very busy week, believe it or not. And this seems like a good use of my time, so let's eat together, shall we? Obviously, I'm not very good at mukbangs, but here's my food. There you go. You see what I'm eating. It's a pasta salad, some chips, and a lamb hero. Yum. Now, with these rambling videos, I did ask if you...
I'm bored. I know it's terrible. So he said that he's losing his house? I'm not laughing at that. Yeah. Dude, I hate saying it. And I learned this from my own content, too. That's what the problem is. It's boring. I know it's mean and fucked up, but it's boring. Fuck am I watching? You know what I mean? I know people could say I'm a dick for that, but there's nothing there to keep me there. I do feel bad for him. But dude, you've been doing the same where you just talk in front of a webcam. You gotta switch it up a little bit, dude. Switch it up a little bit, you know? I don't know. Oh, God. Ah, here we go. This will probably be my next adventure too.
I bought a backwards compatible PS3 from DK. So you're saying DK Oldies today? I'm saying DK Oldies again. I bought a backwards compatible PS3 from Lurker Games for over $500, and in this video we're going to take an in-depth look at the console and see if anything was actually refurbished. Now let's go ahead and get right into it. You can tell from the top.
I don't know. The problem is between Boogie's meltdowns and he's just not what people used to tune in for. He made his popularity be around his severe morbid obesity. I know I'm morbidly obese too, but I'm saying, like, he was exceptionally obese. And once that went away and he's just another normal obese guy, it just the reason to tune in. And it said, how long does something one-dimensional like that, honestly, how long can it last? Yeah, Jocko, it just is not catching me. It's like, all right, dude, you're sitting down eating something, talking about another story. Like, all right, you know.
It is indeed from Lurker Games, and looking at the side, we do have a sticker that says PS3 80 gig system model, so it should be a backward compatible 80 gig model.
Yeah, that was emulation, though, I believe.
CECHE01. Let's go ahead and slice it open. See what's inside. All right, so open
Yeah, I don't understand why his streams are doing well. I have no idea why he gave up on them.
up the box, and first glance, wow, we have. Oh, that's not great. Let me take this packing slip out, and then I'll show you this. All right, so in the box there were 2 pieces of paper. The other one was like my invoice with my address and everything. We got this other piece of paper that says, "Congratulations on purchasing a PlayStation 3 system from Lurker Games. This is a used PS3 system that has been cleaned and tested." So right off the bat, that's not a great sign that on the piece of paper they're calling it used, but on the website they call it refurbished. Now, the first thing I noticed here is that they have these packing bubbles or air pillows, what are you going to call them, on top, but they're all popped. I don't know if that happened in shipping or if they, I don't know. It's a little
Forgot
bit
to fill them.
though. And then we have, let's see what we got here. We got our controller, and we have an OEM controller. Oh baby, that's a good start. We have an OEM controller, and this thing, oh, that's pretty nice. Okay, we'll get into this later, but that thing looks pristine. Wow. Okay, impressive. We've got, of course, our charging cable here. Plug it into your controller. We've got a we actually have an AV cable, not an HDMI cable. That's an interesting choice. I guess I mean, it works. I don't know if they specified on their website if it was HDMI cable or AV cable included. I'll throw up a picture on the screen. I don't remember, honestly. And this is a power cord. It actually looks like an official OEM. Not sure if it is or not, but it looks like it. And of course, here is the console. So let's go ahead and take this out. And at first glance, packaging is a bit lackluster, and
had a booger like 8 miles up my nose.
Not great. And at first glance, it looks a bit dirty. Not gonna lie.
And it's still there. God damn it!
All right, so here's this console, and it
yeah,
doesn't look terrible. Let me just zoom in and show you guys. All right, so here's the PS3. I'm looking at it. Like, as you can see, it appears that. Oh, so first of all, these marks right here from my fingers, but it looks like they wiped it off with some sort of wipe, and it left a bunch of streaks. It's even got bubble wrap marks all over it. Now, speaking of wiping, the console is not the only thing that's been wiped recently. I've been wiping my personal data from the internet using Delete Me. Now, if you're like me, whenever you see those little check boxes on the internet with that crap called terms and conditions next to it,
tried the
you just
snot
click it and
rocket
continue on with your day, right? Well, apparently that can lead to some pretty annoying repercussions, like your personal data being all over the internet. But that's where Delete Me comes into play. Delete Me will not only find and remove your personal information from hundreds of different data brokers online, but they'll continuously scan for new information that pops up and get that removed as well. I put my info into the Delete Me initial scan, and they found more than 61 data records of my personal information, including this first one that had my age, relatives, address. So I'm glad I signed up. To get started, all you got to do is fill your info on Delete Me's website, and then they'll send you detailed reports over time that give you the status of the removal of your personal information from all these different data brokers. So if you want to help prevent your identity from being stolen, or even just those pesky robocalls and spam emails, sign up for Delete Me today and get your personal information removed from the internet. And if you use my code JacobR or sign up using the link down below, you'll get 20% off their price.
Hey, we're watching his video. We could watch the ad.
I don't know. It still has a ton of scratches on it, which is kind of expensive.
Oh, they definitely
PS3, but the fact that this was $500 and they said it was in great condition on the listing, I would have thought they would have like done a full polish of it or something to make it look nice, because there are a lot of scratches on here. It's not as bad as the ones I've seen in the past, but it's not good either. I mean, looking in there, what's going on?
Yeah, what the fuck is going on there?
You got some like residue. I don't know. Honestly, this thing is not looking super hot.
What is with these just say that they're used. Just say that they're fucking used. They're saying that they're refurbished to jack up the prices. You're such scum, all of you. Oh, we got to do a Lurker Games video.
So far, they called it in great condition, and let's go over to this side, and it has the original warranty sticker still intact, which usually would be good, but the fact that they're calling this refurbished, and for $500, you would think they would actually refurbish it. Like, open it up, clean it out, hopefully replace.
Could you imagine Phil trying to refurbish a console? Think about that.
Thermal paste, but
he can't even put a hard drive in his computer or an SSD.
Like, at a minimum, should be opening this thing up and cleaning it out, because it is fully refurbished and you're paying like double market value, if not more. And like, guys, I'm not too concerned about the outside, because these PS3s, you just look at them and they get scratches like crazy. But the fact that they called it, because they said it was in great condition, this console is very clearly not in great condition. Don't feel great about that. And like I was mentioning earlier, usually, like, if I was buying a used console, a warranty, like an original warranty sticker still intact, would be great. Like, that means nobody's opened it and messed with it. But when you're buying a refurbished console, they should have opened it up, cleaned it out, replaced thermal paste, whatever needs to be done to actually refurbish the console. Yeah, it's a bit concerning. Now, I did want to show you this controller closer up, which, as you can see, very, very nice condition. Like, I don't know if this controller's ever been used. So that's a good thing.
Could be a partially bad thing if that battery leaked in there.
I had to finally get an OEM controller and not a third-party controller. So this controller should actually...
Yeah, but they said they refurbished it. If it was just used, it was used, and that was the price they said to pay for it and called it a day, that's different.
To work on PS1.
You say it's refurbished, I expect it. Look, the outside of it, it's a PS3. You could fart on the thing and it looks like you went through a wood chipper. But you say you refurbish it, I want to see fresh paste in there. I want to see thermal pads replaced. I want to see the inside, if there were any caps that were swollen, if they were soldered and put on.
PS2 and PS3 games, unlike the one from DK Oldies, which was pretty disappointing. Yeah, let's go ahead and turn this console.
Yeah, if you say it's refurbished, it needs to be open and refurbished. If you don't do that, you're not refurbishing it. Wiping the outside with a microfiber cloth is not refurbishing. Period.
Well, unplug it in and see if it works and plays all the games it should. So I got the console plugged in and ready to test, and I've been looking at this console for a while, and the more I look at it, like, the more confused and concerned not concerned, but just like disappointed in it. Because first of all, $500, that's a lot of money for a backwards compatible PS3. You can find on eBay for like $200 or less. And the weird thing is, like, I don't know what kind of cleaning chemicals they use, but it smells weird, and it's like oily, and like it leaves fingerprints. Like, now if I press my finger on the controller, it leaves fingerprints. I don't know what's going on, but it's just like a weird solution. There's like even some, like, almost call it leakage inside of the where the card slots are. I don't know, there's weird stuff going on where it's like they cleaned it kind of, but not really. So I don't know. Let's turn it on and see what it does, because this thing is interesting. All right, so I already saw when it turned on, I saw some dust blow out the back, which is always a great sign. It does have a green
It's not open. End the video now.
light. Sounds a little bit odd. All right, the console is on. Nice. Oh, so this console is actually not even factory reset. Oh, interesting. So if you...
Yeah, now that they said, didn't they say the PS3 emulator is now like fully back? They have all games working on it. I want to get that and put that on the Aya Neo. That actually would be interesting.
This factory reset, it would have taken me through the setup process when I started. So let me go ahead and just, we'll check what system firmware it's on, and then we'll check a few other things as well. All right, so it's on 4.5, which that's definitely not one of the more recent ones. I'll throw up on the screen when it's from. Now we have user 1.
Wow, it's
nothing
old.
Too special. Any games downloaded? Let me check. Oh yeah, so they actually didn't even they did not even factory reset this thing. Like, it's still got Injustice Gods Among Us on here.
Wow.
Some save data. All right, so the internet does work. That's a good sign. The network card works. Let's go ahead and test out some games now. All right, so first of all, I have Call of Duty Black Ops for the PS3. Put this in. There it goes. Drive sounds a little bit odd, but it's working. Okay. So Call of Duty Black Ops is booting up, and this thing is ramped up like 3 levels in the last 5 minutes, and as soon as I got to the 3rd level, I saw a big clump of dust fly out the back, which is just awesome. And now there's some little dust particles floating around my room, so not a good sign. Yeah, so the PS3 game is working fine. All the buttons work.
What the hell was that?
Controller's nice. I'm glad I got an OEM controller instead of third party. That's one good thing. Now, like I said, the PS3 is ramped up pretty hot, and not even hot. It's just the fans are really ramping up, and the air is pretty lukewarm. Means the thermal paste is probably not doing much. Let's go ahead and go back to the main menu, and we'll try the PS2
you really?
game. All right, so
why?
GTA
Why
Vice
and
City
how?
on PS2 is working fine so far. Now, my main concern is the
What shape is it in, gaming politician? And why do you have no updates on your Switch?
fact that this thing is up to, I don't know, fan level 4 or 5 by now. It's really ramping up, and the air is just like not hot at all. Like, it's just above lukewarm, that's a really bad sign. Like, that means that there's being basically no heat transferred from the chips to the heat sink and being blown out. Not sure how long this thing's gonna last, but at least the game's working for now. Let's go ahead and test out the PS1 game and make sure that works. Yes, I'm not quite sure what happened, but my screen went blank when I quit out of the PS2 game and ejected the game. Not a great sign. Let me try to turn this thing off and back on. I don't know what's going on. All right, guys, so after like 15 minutes of troubleshooting, I'm back. I'm not sure what the issue was. I don't know if it's a PS3 issue or a monitor issue, but
that's not a good
not get
sign.
The display to output for like 15 minutes until finally we switched back to AV and then back to HDMI, and it seemed to work. I don't know. It was a weird occurrence. Yeah, but we got PS1 game booted up now, Tekken, and we're just gonna make sure, verify it works. So far, so good. But we'll verify. Does anybody actually know the controls of Tekken, or are you just like me, where you just smash buttons as much and hard as possible?
God, look how dated that looks.
It's probably the way you destroy controllers. I don't really play Tekken that much, but oh, there we go. KO. It works. See, it works, guys. But in other news, the PS3 is ramped up again, but PS1's game is working. Let's go back to the main menu, and now I'm just gonna turn the camera off, and I'm gonna play a PS3 game for a couple hours, hour or two, and see what happens. Make sure it doesn't overheat. All right, so I played Uncharted 3 on the PS3 for 2 hours, and the fan got crazy, picture? But it didn't overheat or anything. Now, don't get it twisted. This PS3 playing for 2 hours does not mean that it's not going to overheat sometime in the next year or two or whatever. It's really just kind of an initial test to make sure it doesn't overheat immediately. But let's go ahead and open this thing up and see what the inside looks like. So warranty sticker is off, and this is what a warranty sticker looks like when you take it off. It's got like a, you can see through it, and it says void.
No, it was a day ago.
Of course, I guess the one thing to note is at least they didn't put a warranty sticker on themselves like DK Woodies does, so that's kind of cool. Alright, so I have the top cover off here, and at first glance, it's always hard to show this on camera, like it just doesn't do it justice, but there's a bunch of grime down here, and honestly, I think it's from the cleaning solution they used. I don't know what they used, but like you can see there's some splatter, like it kind of creeped under the surface here. Hopefully you can see that. There's just like some lines there.
Why would you do that? What's even the point?
Right there. See that very well, but right there it looks like it came basically underneath and kind of spilled underneath. Same at this corner. Basically at all the corners there's like some spillage from the cleaning solution they used. I don't know what they used, but it was some weird stuff. And then you can kind of just see like a small layer of dirt and dust, just like a small layer of it. You can tell this has not been opened before, and which is not good for a refurbished console. There's another spot right here. Yeah, you can see right here. You can see the layer of dust. Now, this inherently, like having dust on this little panel right here is not a big deal, but it kind of just gives you a hint at what the rest of the console is going to look like. But let's go ahead and take this piece off.
Yeah.
And we'll really see what it's going to look like. So we almost had an unfortunate mishap on this console. We were trying to open it up, and this screw right here would not come out. Now, what appeared to be happening is basically I was trying to unscrew it, and it wouldn't move at all. It was making a loud screeching noise. It appears that the terminal had become detached from the bottom of the PS3 somehow. Which is really weird considering this console has never been opened up before. So it wouldn't come out. Now eventually my editor came in here, and Danny, and he worked his finger magic and somehow got it out. And here we are. So let's go ahead and open this thing up, reveal the inside. Well, maybe it'll open up. It's still kind of stuck. Did I miss a screw? Alright, now all the screws are out. Let's go ahead and see how this looks. And, oh, actually, not too bad. Alright, so here's the top, and the top actually looks fairly clean. Oh, no, it's not. It's got a layer of dust. You can,
no, look at the dust.
But like when I wipe
no, you see it. You see it.
There. Yeah, you can see the layer of dust. Like I said, that's inherently not a big deal to have a layer of dust there, but the fact is when you see a layer of dust on that outer piece of equipment, you know that the inside is not clean. So, hold on. I see some areas that don't look so good. So, let's keep going. And I think we're going to find some nice surprises here. You can see the further we get down, the more dust there is, because it's harder to get into these areas without opening the console up. And this is why, if it's refurbished, it should be actually opened up. You can see, got some dust down there. Now, comparatively to like that PS3 I got from DK Woodies, everything looks clean now. Like this is not clean, but it looks clean compared to.
It's not saying much.
How that dust was caked. Cue the B-roll on the screen of that PS3 if we haven't showed it already. All right, power supply's out, and it actually doesn't look too bad. I don't really see any dust caked in there. Actually, there is a bit right there.
Should check those caps.
This is all dust that, like, if the console was taken out, it'd be very easy to clean out. You open it up, take the components apart, blow it out, and like I don't get why. I mean, I understand why companies are not opening these things up and cleaning them out because they're getting away with it, calling them refurbished, charging more money, saving labor hours by not having to open it up. But frankly, if you're calling these consoles refurbished, it's more than used, so you should be refurbishing them. It's a messed up circumstance. And actually, this stuff down here, I don't know what this is, but it's not dust and dirt because it's like stuck there. So I mean, I guess it could be dust and dirt that just got somehow stuck there.
Could actually be from the factory
like
too.
Inside of here. Just,
or that
stuck
too.
To the metal plate. All right, I think I got this thing detached from the bottom now, and here we go, big reveal. And as expected, lots of dust in the fan. Looks like a desert on the bottom. Again, not as there's that messed up screw terminal. It's just completely detached from the bottom.
Jesus.
Yeah, this
got dropped.
And man, you would think if they even blew in here, they could get more of this out. But that's
guess I'm ordering something from Lukey Games.
Not a good look. Like you got dust all caked down there. Obviously, a ton on the bottom, a bunch down here at the edges, where the hard drive sits. If you're calling this console refurbished, selling it for $500, this thing should be opened up and cleaned at a minimum. Like while you're in here, you might as well replace thermal paste too. But it's like critical. These are consoles, PS3s and 360s especially. These things are not going to last very long if they're not opened up and cleaned and thermal paste replaced. All right, yes.
Bullshit.
Fan is
$500 for this. $5 a month.
doesn't look terrible, but again, like this is, if it was opened up and cleaned, it would not look this dirty. Got this metal piece off.
Yeah, I know. We may do a video on that. Jay's like, yeah, the views are going down. I'm like, dude, every video has been like 6 figures, minus the newest video from DK Oldies. So even if the videos get 60 or 70,000 views because people are tired of us talking about them, the ratings on them are still great. And there's obviously enough people that want us to talk about, so I'm going to slap Jay's nipples and feed him a salad. Yeah, like what's... Dude, even the newest video, it's probably going to hit 100. It's at 83,000 views. What's the engagement? 98%, over 98% likes. So...
The metal piece itself doesn't look bad, but looking at the board also doesn't look bad, but it's got, you know, dust caked around these edges here, around the thermal pads, around this connector here, just not clean like it should be. All right, guys, it is time for the thermal paste reveal. Let's go ahead and pull it up on 3, 2, 1. And
I could tell how that came up.
Oh yeah,
nice and dry.
Thermal paste. It actually looks a little bit better than the last couple PS3s I've seen, but still, like, this is not good at all. Like, you just see all that cracked and dry thermal paste, not covering the entire chip, not getting the heat transfer you need. So basically what this does here, in case you don't know, you've got your chips here, you got the thermal paste, which basically allows the heat to transfer from the chip to the heat sink, and then the fan blows the air out of the heat sink, out of the console to dissipate the heat and, you know, hopefully keep the console cool. Yeah, you should not be calling these consoles refurbished if you're not replacing on the PS3. Like, just basic stuff. Alright, so got this other metal piece off as well. You got dust kind of caked around it a little bit. It's actually not quite as bad as the other parts of the console.
Yeah, but any dust around it like that, you can tell they didn't do the thermal paste. They didn't replace it. It's that simple. You don't even have to have the dust. You can see they have by the thermal paste.
So all in all, not a great start from Lurker Games. You know, first console I purchased from them. Way overpriced, not refurbished, not clean. I mean, like, they wiped down the outside, but honestly, I don't like what they used on the outside. It was some sort of fluid that made it left really weird fingerprints, gave it like an oily feel, leaked into the console. I don't know why they use that stuff. Like, I don't know, that was weird. Obviously the console never opened, so I don't know how they call it refurbished. Not great. Let me know down below what you think about this versus DK Oldies. I guess the one good thing here is that, like, with DK Oldies, they're literally making videos where, like, yeah, we open up and clean every console. At least Lurker Games, to my knowledge, is not making videos online and...
Doesn't matter, though. They're saying it's refurbished. This should be done. Yeah, they're not being as egregious, but it's still egregious.
Telling people that they're going to do a certain thing and then not doing it. But it's still not good that they're calling consoles refurbished and not refurbishing. But thanks for watching, guys. Let me know down below what you think, and I'll see you next time.
Interesting shit. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to feed my kids dinner probably like in the next hour. Get them set up for bed. I'll probably be back later. We're definitely going to be back tomorrow with videos and the whole nine. What's up, Seggy Melons? And if I don't see you tonight, even though there's a decent chance you will, I'll be back tomorrow with more content. But you'll probably see me again. It's only not even 4 now. Hey, Rich Hopewell as well. I wanted to say you're my favorite content creator. Been here since 2012. It's getting better. And I appreciate that too, man. I've been doing this shit for a long time, and appreciate people being around for that long. So I'll see you probably later, if not tomorrow. But like I said, there's a good chance. Have a good one.